Shakespeare.
Tonight, 6 East, 3 West.
We are live at Wrigley Field. It's a waterlogged Sunday afternoon, overcast skies. We've taken on a ton of rain here at the ballpark, but we're set for Cubs baseball. It's the Hyundai leadoff man as the Cubs go for their first 3-game series sweep of 2011. Hi again, everyone. Hope your Sunday is going well. I'm Len Casper. It is the leadoff man. Baseball ahead in about 20 minutes here on WGN Sports. The Cubs have won the first 2 games of this weekend series as they wrap up a long 10-game homestand, coming in at 4-5 to this point. And let's check out the highlights from the middle game of this series on a warm Saturday afternoon here on the north side. Cubs starting to hit the ball out of the ballpark. You like to see that. Marlon Byrd with a 2-out home run off Wandy Rodriguez, very deep out in left center for his 5th of the year. 1-0 Cubs. They would take a 2-0 lead as Giovanni Soto on an 0-2 offering would lead off the bottom of the 5th with his 9th of the season. All in support of Randy Wells, who needed a good outing. After 9 consecutive winless starts, he would get his first victory since April 4th, which was his first start of the year. 8th inning now as the Cubs try to tack on, already leading 2-1. Kosuke Fukudome with his only at bat as he came in for defense in the top of the 8th, a triple with 1 out. The Cubs would get some much needed insurance runs. Starlin Castro, ground ball to third, squeaks past Chris Johnson. Kosuke's in. And then Giovanni Soto with a ground ball. Nice diving stop by Johnson, but a little bobble. Throw gets away from Matt Downs. 2 runs would score on the play, 1 unearned. And that gave the returning closer Carlos Marmol a little cushion in the top of the 9th. Not a safe spot as his team was leading by 4. Gave up a couple of base runners, but got out of it with no damage done. Cubs win 5-1 the final, and they have now outscored the Astros 9-3 in this series. As we go to break, our Chicago and Northwest Hyundai dealers spotlight reminds us to check out the award-winning Hyundai Sonata and the all-new Hyundai Elantra at myhyundai.com.
It's brilliant.
It's 9 p.m. and the chocolate cravings begin again. For nights like these, there's Special K Chocolatey Delight cereal, so you can get your chocolatey fix without undoing your whole day.
Good news, men use soap. Bad news, men use soap that can really dry their skin. And some have been doing so for over 20 years. So if you think about it, soap has been drying men's skin since breakdancing became totally rad and MacGyver was saving the world with tweezers. Fear not, Dove Men Plus Care is here. It's the bar with 1/4 moisturizing cream, so it cleans and leaves skin feeling moisturized. Dove Men Plus Care. Also try Dove Men Plus Care Sensitive Clean Body Wash.
We're in the mood for amazing seafood tonight.
Pan-seared just for us. Anybody? You know, sizzling shrimp and scallops.
Perfectly seared tilapia made to order. On an all-you-can-eat dinner buffet.
For around $10.
Heads up.
Only Golden Corral would serve up endless made-to-order pan-seared seafood. It's incredible shrimp, tilapia, and scallops with your choice of amazing sauces. All on our endless dinner buffet, still for around $10.
$10? Bam!
Golden Corral. Help yourself to happiness.
The Hyundai lead Leadoff Man, brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Check out the award-winning Hyundai Sonata and the all-new Elantra at myhyundaichicago.com. Welcome back to the Leadoff Man as the Cubs will host the Houston Astros today. Full slate of Major League Baseball today, but a big day in a small town in upstate New York, Cooperstown. It's Hall of Fame induction day. A couple former players and an architect of 3 World Series champions will go in today. Bert Blyleven, the right-hander, 60 career shutouts, 287 wins. He goes into the Hall along with former second baseman Roberto Alomar, a 12-time All-Star, 10-time Gold Glover. Pat Gillick, World Series championships with the Blue Jays twice and with the Phillies in 2008. We talked to Dave Van Horn, who gets the Broadcasters Award. We talked to him last week. Bill Conlon, the Writers Award, longtime Philadelphia columnist, and former White Sox GM Roland Heeman gets the Buck O'Neil Award. Time now for Bob's AutoZone tip of the day. Today, it's about taking 3 for the first time this season. The tip of the day is brought to you by AutoZone. For the auto parts, accessories, and advice you need, get in the zone. AutoZone.
Boy, I'm glad we got Aflac, huh?
Aflac?
Oh, I've just got major medical.
Major medical.
But helps pay the doctors.
Where's the doctors, boy? Huh?
Oh, yeah? What about your family? We added Aflac, so we get cash. It's like our safety net. To help with the mortgage or whatever we need. So my family doesn't feel the pain, too.
Help protect your family at Aflac.com.
The American Garage. The temple of the tune-up. The Taj Mahal of overhaul. More of them count on AutoZone parts than ever before. But parts are just part of what we do. Our trusted advice and helping hands approach is everywhere. So, whether it's his place, her place, or the pro's place, parts are just part of what we do.
Get in the zone.
AutoZone.
At Dairy Queen, we don't stop at good enough.
We don't just give you a chocolate blizzard. We give you the triple chocoholic blizzard. Rich truffles, choco chunks, and dark fudge.
And we don't just have piñatas. We have piñatas filled with Mary Lou Retton. Because at Dairy Queen, good isn't good enough. You're smiling, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
The new triple chocoholic blizzard from Dairy Queen. So good, it's ridiculous.
Don't worry, Lucky. These Wheat Thins Crunch Sticks will save us. Look!
Wheat Thins Crunch Sticks. Try our new flavors.
The wisdom, the intelligence, the brilliance. That is Barney.
Honka.
How I Met Your Mother tonight at 7:30 East, 4:30 West on WGN America.
God bless America.
The Hyundai Leadoff Man, brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Check out the award-winning Hyundai Sonata and the all-new Elantra at myhyundaichicago.com. Pitching matchup today, 20-year-old rookie Jordan Lyles still looking for his first major league win for the Astros. Matt Garza with 2 excellent starts on this homestand, but the Cubs have blown the lead in both of those outings. Hopefully today they can keep the lead for Garza. Now the minor league report as we look around the Cubs system. At AAA, Iowa has lost 10 straight on the road. They'd like to turn it around today. Tennessee, Ty Wright reaching base 3 times, doing very well at AA. Rebel Ridling with his 14th home run. And Nelson Perez up to 368 for High A Daytona. Peoria also ended its 6-game skid last night. Reed Johnson signing some autographs as the Astros and Cubs get set. We're just moments away from the first pitch from Wrigley Field coming up.
And so the conversation turned until the sun went down, and many fantasies were there on that day. Keep feeling fascination.
Chug that coffee. Bolt that burrito. No matter what life throws at you, you can take the heat until it turns into heartburn. Good thing you got what it takes to beat that heat, too. Zantac. It's strong. Just one pill can knock out the burn. It's fast, the speed you need for heartburn relief, and it lasts up to 12 hours. So, let them turn up the heat. You can stop that heartburn cold. Zantac.
Introducing the 2012 Kia Sorento, with up to 32 miles per gallon and more features than ever before.
Saving for our child's college fund was getting expensive.
Yes, it was. So to save some money, we taught our 5-year-old how to dunk.
Scholarship. Honey, go get him.
There's an easier way to save. Get online. Go to geico.com. Get a quote. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Beep, and a net will appear. Who's a net? No, a net to catch you.
The following is a sports presentation of WGN America.
Fans congregating outside the Bud Light bleachers, ready to head on into Wrigley Field for Chicago Cubs baseball today here on WGN Sports. The Cubs look for their first 3-game sweep of the season as they host the Astros. We welcome Cub fans from all over the country watching on WGN America, America's home for baseball. Hi again, everyone. Along with Bob Brentley, I'm Len Casper. It's been a tough year and a tough start to this homestand, but it's been a good weekend as the Cubs go for their first 3-game winning streak of the year.
You know, if you look at the numbers, it's hard to figure out how the Cubs have done the first 2 games of this series, but indeed they've come away with 2 victories against the worst team in Major League Baseball, the Houston Astros. The Astros have actually hit for a higher average. They've had many opportunities to drive in runners, but much like the Cubs early in the season, haven't been able to come up with that big knock. Consequently, the Cubs have taken the first 2.
We really have pounded home the idea this year that wins and losses are not indicative many times of how a starting pitcher has fared, and a good example is Matt Garza.
I mean, that's a perfect example. Matt Garza, especially recently, has pitched well enough to put 5 or 6 victories at least on the board. He's had 10 quality starts this season, but his record is 4-7, the 3rd fewest wins by a pitcher with 10 or more quality starts. He's really been throwing the ball well.
He will face the youngest pitcher in baseball today at 20 years old. He's coming off the longest outing of his short career, but Bob, 9 starts, no wins.
Yeah, he was a minor league pitcher of the year last season for the Astros. Very mature young man, even though he is the youngest pitcher in the majors.
And he made his major league debut here at Wrigley Field, pitched well on May 31st. Down to the field now. God Bless America and our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise. Kindly remove your caps and join Kristen May as she honors America with our national anthem.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, our home, sweet home. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, and what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Excellent job by Kristen May as the Cubs go for their first three-game sweep of the season. They'll host Hunter Pence and the Astros right here on WGN. Next.
When you're looking for a twist, crack open a Bud Light Lime.
It's a fraction of the whole, but it's hard to control.
The great taste of Bud Light with a twist. Bud Light Lime. All the refreshment of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Bud Light Lime. It's Bud Light with a twist.
Even in the most uncertain times, there are some things we know for sure. There will still be weddings, still be babies, and still be bright futures. That's why New York Life has been helping families plan for the expected and unexpected for 166 years. Backed by the highest ratings for financial strength, we're safe and secure, so you can be too. Give your family the gift of a secure financial future. New York Life, the company you keep.
I'm constantly surprised at who I find on MyLife.com and who finds me.
Ever wonder who's searching for you? Go to MyLife.com and see if someone is searching for you for free.
At MyLife.com, I make connections I can't find anywhere else.
MyLife.com is the internet's leading social site for both personal and work connections. Millions of people are joining each month. You could have messages waiting for you right now. Go to MyLife.com and see if someone is searching for you right now for free.
USA Prime Credit. My name, Peggy. You got problem?
Peggy? Third time I've called. It's time I speak with the supervisor.
Supervisor is genius. I transfer. 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 Transfer.
Transfer.
Hello. My name is
Peggy. Come on!
Hello.
Want better customer service? Switch to Discover. Ranked #1 in customer loyalty. It pays to Discover.
Chicago Cubs baseball brought to you by Bud Light Lime. The just right taste of Bud Light with a refreshing splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Pepsi Max, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball, and your Chicago Cubs. 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste. Ford, the newest vehicles on the road are now at your local Ford store, like the all-new Ford Explorer SUV, 100% reinvented. Visit localfordstores.com. Ford, drive one. And by the Illinois Lottery. Play the Wheel of Fortune instant game from the Illinois Lottery for a chance at $250,000. Chicago Cubs baseball in beautiful high definition is brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast.
Today's game is also available in Spanish on your SAP audio setting provided by WRTO La Tremenda, Chicago Spanish language sports leader Elio Benitez and Hector Fabregas on the call.
Check out the umpiring crew today. Dan Iasonia, in his 10th year, will work the plate. He proudly works with the Chicago Fire Department to support the Bucks for the Burn Camp, which helps children burned in fires. He's from Connecticut. Dale Scott, the crew chief, Jerry Meals, and CB Buckner are around the bases. Mentioned today, big day in Cooperstown, New York. Hall of Fame induction ceremony as 3 men will go in today. Bert Blyleven, Roberto Alomar, and Pat Gillick. Big day yesterday as Dave Van Horn, Bill Conlon, and Roland Hemond were honored. I have a feeling Bert will get a few laughs today.
Oh, yeah. He gets a few laughs everywhere he goes every day. Bert Blyleven, not only one of the greatest pitchers in the history of the game, but one of the greatest characters in that dugout.
And current Minnesota Twins color analyst Roberto Alomar, one of the greatest second basemen to ever wear a big league uniform. And fans, earlier today, these lucky fans won Illinois Lottery instant game tickets and could win cash instantly. There will be a lucky row of winners during each Cubs home game this season. Remember, Cub fans, you can play the Wheel of Fortune instant game from the Illinois Lottery for your chance at $250,000.
That one guy in the lottery line looked like Cody Ross, the outfielder from the San Francisco Giants.
Now the Astros starting lineup. Matt Garza will face. Michael Bourne is red hot. He'll lead it off. Clint Barmas is at short. Hunter Pence hitless this weekend. Carlos Lease had a nice weekend at the plate. You have Chris Johnson at third, Brett Wallace at first, Matt Downs gets a start at second, Quintero the catcher, and Jordan Lyles the pitcher.
And let's check out how the Cubs take the field defensively today. Behind Matt Garza, brought to you by Pepsi Max, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball, and your Chicago Cubs. 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste. Soriano, Bird, and Fukudome across the outfield, left to right. Ramirez and Castro on the left side of the infield. Barney and Carlos Pena on the right side. Man, has he saved a boatload of errors for his infielders this year with his glove work around the bag at first. Giovanni Soto will be behind the plate today. Right-hander Matt Garza. Garza has really been a tough luck pitcher, especially his last 2 times out against the Marlins and the Phillies. A total of 14 innings work, gave up only 10 hits and 1 run, came away with 2 no decisions. Both those games were lost by the Cubs.
According to Fangraphs, nobody has a faster fastball on average in the National League than Matt Garza, up at 93.5 miles an hour. But I think we would both agree it's the other pitches that really have, I wouldn't say turned his season around, but he's gotten just a little bit better, it seems, every time out.
Yeah, specifically that curveball. His last 3 outings, that curveball has been a really good pitch for him. He's been able to throw it for strikes when he wanted to, bounce it in the dirt when he needs to. And if he's got that curve working early today, should be a good day for the Cubs and Matt Garza.
We have some Texas Cub fans in attendance. Or textile Cub fans, I'm not sure.
Or Tex-Mex food lovers, not sure.
But they love WGN and they love their Cubs. That's all that matters. Here's Michael Bourne with the cornerman in. And if he does try to bunt, and he does it a lot, he's going to try to get Matt Garza off the mound. Matt's already made 5 errors this season. And we are underway. A fastball in there for a strike. And Bourne working on an 8-game hitting streak.
Excuse me, Len. Because of that fact you mentioned, Matt Garza's difficulty, especially fielding bunts, you would like to think that the corner infielders are going to be a little more aggressive should the Astros try to put down some bunts. Got to know the capabilities of your man on the mound. If you've got a guy who's a good defender, you can cover other areas and let him field his position. When you have a guy that struggles on the mound, you better be ready to take everything.
Ground ball right to Darwin Barney. Got a nice candy hop at the end, or a Sunday hop more appropriately today.
A little candy on Sundays, nothing better than that.
85 degrees and actually a north wind at 5 miles an hour, but the flag's not doing much as we get underway. Second start of the series for Clint Barmas at short. And he looks at a fastball outside. He had a shot yesterday in the first inning of a canoe sitting on, I believe it was Kenmore, in a parallel parking space. And unfortunately, we could probably find a few more today. We got another big downpour last night.
Yeah, with the rains we had last night and this morning, that canoe is probably down on Michigan Avenue by now.
A high fly ball out into deep left. Soriano flipping down the shades, and it's gone as Clint Barmas right in that corner, the well area, able to find the bleachers, and it's 1-0. That's the Astros' first extra base hit of this series. They had 27 consecutive singles dating back to their series against the Nationals.
And not a lot of wind blowing right now here at Wrigley. What wind there is blowing in from left field. Thought it might help knock that ball down. Barmas hit it high in the air toward that well area. Soriano backpedaling right up against the vines, but no chance to make a play.
They are second to last in the majors in home runs. That's just their 55th of the season. And 1 strike to their best overall player, Hunter Pence. Now 1-1. Again, hitless this weekend, 0 for 8. Well, he was smoking hot the last time we saw the Astros in late May, early June. There's his first hit. Again, I think I said it yesterday, he'd be really fortunate to get through a series without allowing him to reach base.
Yeah, he was 0 for 8 in the series, rather, before that at bat, but he has hit some balls right on the button, including a bases loaded line drive to left field. Looked like it was going to drive in at least a run. But the ball hung up long enough for Soriano to make the catch and keep the Astros off the board in that game. But Pence, he's made solid contact in this series, just not getting results.
Carlos Lee, 3 for 7 in the series. All the hits were yesterday. In fact, his final 3 at bats. So the Astros with 55 home runs. I could take 2 guys, Jose Bautista and let's say Matt Kemp. 55 home runs combined.
Yeah. Well, and it really is puzzling, Len, because their home ballpark is really conducive to home runs from left center field around to the line and left with the short porch Crawford boxes there. I think I said it in an earlier telecast. I thought Clint Barmas was really going to be a difference maker for the Astros because he's a right-handed pull hitter, and in that ballpark I thought he was going to get a lot of cheap home runs. Now Barmas has had some injury issues, spent some time on the DL this year, but a lot of right-handed pull hitters in this Astros lineup, and they have not taken advantage of their home ballpark.
Lee has taken full advantage of this ballpark as a visiting player. He has 20 career home runs at Wrigley, 35 overall against the Cubs. Out under this one. And Soriano coming in will make the play.
A little more sun today than we've had to deal with the last couple of days at game start. We've had some low overcast clouds. A little brighter today, kind of a hazy sunshine. Could be a factor in the game.
Here's a third baseman, Chris Johnson, a career .346 batter at Wrigley. Slider missed. 1 ball, no strikes.
Slider was a real good pitch for Randy Wells against Johnson in the ball game yesterday. Just pounded away at that outside corner with a series of nasty sliders. Johnson kept swinging and missing all afternoon.
I think a big sigh of relief for Randy. Still a lot of work to be done, but he was a lot better yesterday as he got just his 2nd win of the season. Cued right back to Garza. He will underhand to Pena, and the inning is over. Barmes with a 1-out home run. The Astros lead 1-0 with the Cubs coming up.
0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste.
Tommy, T-H-O.
Cece, glad you made it. Ricky wins again.
Oh, what is this place?
Iowa. Only with maximum Pepsi taste and 0 calories.
Whoa.
I love it when he does that.
Pepsi Max, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball.
People everywhere are taking a stand and booking on choicehotels.com.
When I book a hotel online, it should be simple and easy.
We have the right to take the kids on a wonderful vacation.
As long as I save 20%.
I want to guarantee that my room rate is the lowest on the web.
The new vacation bedtime?
Don't push it.
Oh.
It's your voice, it's your choicehotels.com. Get the best internet rate guaranteed and save up to 20% every day. Book now at choicehotels.com.
When you come to eHarmony, I can promise you, we sincerely care about you. I've worked my entire life and counseled thousands of couples to figure out what makes great relationships. And we'll bring all that experience to look out for you every step of the way. Experience the difference of a site that really cares about helping you find a wonderful relationship. Visit eHarmony today and review your compatible matches free.
Now the Cubs Pepsi lineup brought to you by Pepsi Max, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball, and your Chicago Cubs. 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste. This is a lineup that's pretty similar to what we've seen throughout this opening homestand of the second half, with Fukudome and Castro at the top and Darwin Barney hitting 8.
Take a look at the Astros defensively today. El Caballo, Carlos Lee in left, Michael Bourne in center. Hunter Pence with 9 assists leads the National League. He's had 50 since '08, leading the major leagues. Chris Johnson, Clint Barmes, Matt Downs, and Brett Wallace across the infield. Doing the catching today is Humberto Quintero, and he'll be receiving pitches from right-hander Jordan Lyles. Working quickly here in the early going. Reportedly very aggressive, attacks the strike zone, has a fastball, a cutter, a changeup, and a curve.
And he's already made 3 pitches. 2-1 on Kosuke Fukudome. Lyles will not even turn 21 until October 19th. Kosuke did not start yesterday, but he did begin a big 3-run rally in the 8th inning with a 1-out triple, and you might see a lot of that today as Cubs hitters try to slow down the 6'4" right-hander Jordan Lyles. Ground ball, base hit into right.
Off-speed curveball to Kosuke Fukudome, giving him an opportunity to catch that ball out in front of the plate. Hooks it through that hole in the right side. Good start for the Cubs here by Kosuke Fukudome.
We'll bring up Starlin Castro. He's just 21 years old. In the dirt on a cutter. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, the Astros really like the makeup, not the kind you wear, but what makes up a player. They really like Jordan Lyles. That's why they felt comfortable bringing him to the major leagues at 20 years old. They felt that he wasn't going to be rattled by the circumstances or the second deck on the stadium or some of the opposing hitters in the lineup.
Acquitted himself well on May 31st here at Wrigley in his major league debut. He got a no decision. The Astros won the game. He went 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, 1 earned, and Taylor made 6-3. That's a double play. So Barmas helping out his young starter. Why don't you send us an email? We haven't heard from you in a while. At LennonBob@Tribune.com. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter as well. All you got to do is like us on Facebook. You don't have to love us, just like us, and you're in.
And you don't even have to be sincere about that.
Out into the gap for Ramirez. Carlos Lee will get it back in and keep Aramis to a 2-out single. See, we're self-aware.
Yeah.
Maybe to our detriment. 2 hits in the inning, and it'll bring up Carlos Pena.
Boy, Len, when I heard that Jordan Lyles liked to attack the strike zone aggressively, I thought this might be a real good matchup for the Cubs offense today, because we know they like to attack that strike zone early in the count. If Lyles is going to insist on trying to jump ahead in the count to these Cubs hitters, they could have a big day.
He's from Hartsville, South Carolina. It's a swing and a miss from Pena. And as you can imagine, he was not only a really good pitcher in high school, he was a pretty good hitter too as a senior. He hit .447 with 6 home runs. And he was an excellent football player as well. Set Hartsville school records. 81 catches, 23 touchdowns. Kind of has a Jeff Samardzija build. And he's only 20. He may not be done growing just yet. 6'4", 212. Then again, you and I are not done growing either. Just not vertically.
Different directions. Yeah.
1 and 2. Cranked to deep center, but Michael Bourne is there for the final out. They get a couple of hits, no runs. After 1-0 Astros.
We're in the mood for amazing seafood tonight.
Pan-seared just for us. Anybody? You know, sizzling shrimp and scallops.
Perfectly seared tilapia made to order. On an all-you-can-eat dinner buffet.
For around $10. Heads up.
Only Golden Corral would serve up endless made-to-order pan-seared seafood. It's incredible shrimp, tilapia, and scallops with your choice of amazing sauces. All on our endless dinner buffet, still for around $10.
$10? Bam!
Golden Corral. Help yourself to happiness.
Finally, there's a choice for my patients with an irregular heartbeat called atrial fibrillation, or AFib, that's not caused by a heart valve problem.
Today we have Pradaxa to reduce the risk of a stroke caused by a clot. In a clinical trial, Pradaxa 150 milligrams reduced stroke risk 35% more than warfarin. And with Pradaxa, there's no need for those regular blood tests.
Pradaxa is progress.
Pradaxa can cause serious, sometimes fatal bleeding. Don't take Pradaxa if you have abnormal bleeding, and seek immediate medical care for unexpected signs of bleeding like unusual bruising.
Pradaxa may increase your bleeding risk if you're 75 or older, have kidney problems or a bleeding condition like stomach ulcers, or if you take aspirin products, NSAIDs, or blood thinners.
Tell your doctor about all medicines you take, any planned medical or dental procedures, and don't stop taking Pradaxa without your doctor's approval, as stopping may increase your stroke risk.
Other side effects include indigestion, stomach pain, upset, or burning.
If you have AFib not caused by a heart valve problem, ask your doctor if Pradaxa can reduce your risk of a stroke.
Ted, I'm going to teach you how to live.
Time to take a look at our Xfinity high-def shot of the game. Multi-purpose giveaway here today. If you like the way your team plays, you give them a thumbs up. If you hate an umpire's call, you give them a thumbs down. And if it's hot and humid, you can use it as a fan. Chicago Cubs baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast.
That kind of day with high humidity, and it's really hot in the sun. First baseman Brett Wallace against Matt Garza, facing the Astros for the first time this year. Nice play by Pena. Garza covering the bag, and they get the out.
Certainly Carlos Pena's made a huge difference since that first month with his ability to hit the long ball, but that glove has been there for him all season long. Another nice defensive play, shoveling on to Matt Garza for the easy out at first.
Carlos won a Gold Glove in 2008 over in the American League. Now it's Matt Downs getting the start at second for Jose Altuve. He was in there the first 2 days of this series. Downs trying to snap an 0 for 11. And he was late on that pitch. 0-2. Better get his sleep on this long road trip. Not going to happen when he gets back home. He recently missed 3 games. His first child, Matthew, was born on Monday.
Seemed like a good idea in January to grow that beard.
It's like the LA Woman era Jim Morrison, man. 2-2. In on the hands, and he fought it off. First time Downs has faced Garza. Functional and fashionable.
Very fashionable. Perhaps a tad overdressed, but adds some class to that particular section of the ballpark.
Came back, almost hit Dan Iasonia, but Giovanni Soto knew it was going to carry him right back near home plate. I think Wrigley Field has the tightest guy wires in baseball.
It's like the old-fashioned pitch back. I don't know how many of you had those as kids in the backyard when you had nobody to play catch with. You set up that pitch back and fire the ball off the netting that was held in place by springs. Well, that's how the backstop reacts here at Wrigley Field. Where I used to wear out those pitchbacks. Oof.
Downs went around for strike 3. First punch out for Garza. Took him a while, but he finally got him.
Pitches scattered all around the strike zone there. Finally finishes him off with a slider, or cutter rather, just off of that outside corner. Downs cannot check his swing. Well, when you get a hitter in swing mode with 2 strikes, that's really when you want to expand the zone. He's going to try to make contact with just about everything you throw up there close to the zone. Throw one of those borderline pitches that looks like it's going to be a strike and then ends up out of the zone.
Backhanded play. Darwin Barney looks it in. Plenty of time to get Quintero. A couple of hard hit grounders turned into outs by the Cubs right side infield. 1-0 Astros early.
Cowhide dries out. So does your man hide. Regular men's body wash can dry out your skin. Dove Men Plus Care is different. Only Dove has micro moisture to fight skin dryness. So that man hide of yours stays clean and moisturized no matter what you put it through. Dove Men Plus Care. Be comfortable in your own skin. Introducing new Dove Men Plus Care Sensitive Clean Body Wash.
Just one Phillips Colon Health Probiotic Cap a day helps defend against occasional constipation, diarrhea, gas, and bloating. With 3 strains of good bacteria to help balance your colon.
You had me at probiotic.
Phillips Colon Health.
I have COPD. If you have it, you know how hard it can be to breathe and what that feels like. COPD includes chronic bronchitis and emphysema.
Spiriva helps control my COPD symptoms by keeping my airways open a full 24 hours. Plus, it reduces COPD flare-ups. Spiriva is the only once daily inhaled COPD maintenance treatment that does both, and it's steroid-free.
Spiriva does not replace fast-acting inhalers for sudden symptoms. Tell your doctor if you have kidney problems, glaucoma, trouble urinating, or an enlarged prostate. These may worsen with Spiriva. Discuss all medicines you take, even eye drops. Stop taking Spiriva and call your doctor right away if your breathing suddenly worsens, your throat or tongue swells, you get hives, vision changes, or eye pain, or problems passing urine. Other side effects include dry mouth and constipation.
Nothing can reverse COPD. Spiriva helps me breathe better.
Breathing with COPD is no small thing. Ask your doctor about Spiriva.
Tuesday at 8 East on WGN America.
Hey fans, check in on the new Cubs Kids Club presented by ComEd, the official kids club of the Chicago Cubs. Help your favorite young Cub fan earn his or her pinstripes as a member of the Cubs Kids Club, and they'll receive kid-specific perks, experiences, and merchandise throughout the 2011 baseball season. Visit Cubs.com to sign up today. I want to send out a big hello to Hank Smith watching on WGN America in Cleveland, Tennessee this afternoon.
Also a big Cubs hello to Mr. Ansel B. O'Connor Jr. from Janesville, Wisconsin. Sent me a nice letter asking a lot of baseball type questions. We'll get to some of them through the course of the telecast today, but thank you for the letter, Ansel O'Connor.
Slider strike on Marlon Byrd, a milestone day for Marlon. This is his 1,000th major league game. His former Phillies teammate Jason Michaels, with a pinch hitting appearance in the 9th yesterday, got to his 1,000th game as well. So the career numbers for Byrd, an all-star last season. Fly ball out in the left center, and it's going to find the warning track right near the 368. And it's a leadoff double.
Quick bat recently for Marlon Byrd, which enables him to wait a long time, recognize the pitch, and determine whether he wants to swing at it or not. That time an elevated fastball crushed into the gap in left center field. Marlon Byrd seeing that ball as big as a beach ball right now.
And so is the guy at the plate, Giovanni Soto, hitting .321 on this long homestand. Both Byrd and Soto hit home runs yesterday. They have flip-flopped in the lineup. That missed the outside corner on a cutter. 1-1. Fly ball out into deep right center for Soto. Bourne going after this one. Bird will score easily. Soto has a double. They've tied it up. Well, they've found each gap here in the second inning.
Middle of the plate cutter that time. Gapper to right center.
And with that RBI double, Giovanni Soto safe at second. Safe and secure. New York Life.
Well, the Astros were playing Giovanni Soto slightly to pull. Michael Bourne shaded several steps over toward the gap in left center, and he perfectly split the other gap in right center.
One strike to Alfonso Soriano. Homered on Friday for the first time in over a month. That was off Bud Norris. Just 3 for 28 since the break.
Well, Len, one of the questions Mr. O'Connell had for me was, why does the outfield shift the way they do on certain batters? And we've talked about it in the past, but extensive charts are kept by every team. Where does the guy hit the ball when he's ahead in the count? Where's the guy hit the ball when he's behind in the count? Where does he hit fastballs? Where does he hit breaking pitches? And then whoever for the team is in charge of positioning the outfielders, you get together with the starting pitcher that day. You talk about how you're going to pitch the hitters, and then you position your defense accordingly. But it all works hand in hand. If you're going to play a guy to hit the ball to the opposite field, but your pitcher's throwing him off speed pitches and he's more likely to pull, then he's going to beat your defense. All has to work together.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Nice little sinker, or either a changeup at 81 on that outside corner. Got Soriano out in front.
Darwin Barney continues to lead the majors among rookies in batting average. This is a key at bat. You have light hitting Matt Garza on deck, and you sure would like to push across that go-ahead run. You get back-to-back doubles to start the inning. And I forgot what I was talking about. Ooh.
Now 3-0. This is one of those at-bats for a number 8 hitter, and Darwin Barney is relatively new to that spot in the batting order, but this is one of those at-bats where maybe you think about going out of the strike zone to try to get that runner home from second base. You know Matt Garza, or you think Matt Garza, has very little chance of doing any damage with the bat. So as the number 8 hitter in this particular situation, maybe you open up your strike zone a little bit, try to get that runner home yourself.
And he will. As Soto comes around to score, and Barney will end up at second. 3 doubles this inning.
Barney gets up on his toes to tomahawk a high fastball right down that right field line. Boy, he really throws that front hip and front shoulder wide open and then brings the bat through the strike zone. Kind of an inside out swing. Executed it perfectly that time.
Pitching coach Doug Brocale out to talk it over with Jordan Lyles. But Brocale was still pitching in the major leagues as recently as 2 years ago. And he took over a little over a month ago for Brad Arnsberg. But here's Garza with one out. Shows bunt, takes a strike, throw to second. Barney back in on his belly.
This is one of the most precarious situations for a base runner at second base. You do not have to advance if Garza does not get down a good bunt or if he bunts through the ball. But obviously Darwin Barney wants to get to third base.
In the right for a base hit. Barney will come around third and score. Matt Garza gets it done. That's the first RBI of his major league career and just his second hit.
We talked about Matt Garza being a victim of non-support. Decides to take it upon himself to put some numbers on the board. Looked like he knew what he was doing. Stayed on that pitch down low and away. It looked like he was a little surprised that it stayed fair past a diving Brett Wallace, but another run on the board.
4 hits and 3 runs. And the pitch to Fukudome is low and outside, ball 1. Happy birthday to James Dausch, who is following us on Facebook. Also happy 16th to Andrew Sula. Fouled back by Kosuke. We're also want to give a very special birthday wish out to Virginia Pressey. That's from your son Gary, who is working today and wants to wish his mom a happy birthday tomorrow.
Well, and Gary's mom is one of our biggest fans. She tunes in every day. Probably just to hear Gary, but she has to put up with us in the meantime.
Gary plays the Wrigley Field organ. Outside, 2-2.
There's Gary and his biggest fan.
And his biggest fan, yeah. Which might be his smallest fan.
No, you have the smallest fan.
I've got a tiny one, but it's very powerful. And he got him on strikes. Second strikeout of the inning for Lyles.
We're going to see more of that particular pitch, that straight changeup from Jordan Lyles. The Cubs have gotten on his straight fastball. They've gotten on his cut fastball. Fukudome with a base hit on a curveball to open the Cubs offense in the bottom of the first. That straight changeup looks like a pretty good pitch for him.
See, now you can feel this. It's pretty powerful. My $12 fan, but it works. Can you feel that at home? It's nice because I can set it right here, pointing straight up at my face. It's nice. We'll have to paint it Cubs blue.
Yeah, they didn't have a blue one.
I wasn't picky the other day.
Yeah, boy.
Give me the first thing I can find.
Yeah, as hot as it was earlier this week, you'd have used a fan with a Cardinals logo on it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go that far, but yeah, it was blistering hot. 3-0 on Castro. Lyles having a tough time here in the second. When he has been in the strike zone, he's been hit. Right down the middle, 3-1.
Now, normally this would be a run situation, 3-1 count to Starlin Castro with 2 outs in the inning, but not with Matt Garza at first base.
Fly ball to deep left. Hunter Pence is on the dirt, and that's the inning. 4 hits, including 3 doubles, and the Cubs now have the lead, 3-1.
At Dairy Queen, we don't stop at good enough.
We don't just give you a chocolate blizzard. We give you the triple chocoholic blizzard. Rich truffles, choco chunks, and dark fudge.
And we don't just have piñatas. We have piñatas filled with Mary Lou Retton. Because at Dairy Queen, good isn't good enough. You're smiling, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
The new triple chocoholic blizzard from Dairy Queen. So good, it's ridiculous.
Boy, I'm glad we got Aflac, huh?
Aflac?
Oh, I've just got major medical.
Major medical.
But helps pay the doctors.
Pays the doctors, boy! Huh?
Oh, yeah? What about your family? We added Aflac, so we get cash. It's like our safety net. To help with the mortgage or whatever we need. So my family doesn't feel the pain, too.
Help protect your family at Aflac.com.
Chloe is 9 months old.
She is the greatest thing ever.
One little smile, one little laugh. Anybody? We would do anything for her. My name is Kim Bryant, and my husband and I made a will on LegalZoom.
It was really easy to do.
We created LegalZoom to help you take care of the ones you love. Go to LegalZoom.com today and complete your will in minutes. At LegalZoom.com, we put the law on your side.
Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN TV is sponsored in part by Mega Millions and now Powerball from the Illinois Lottery. Tuesday's Mega Millions jackpot stands at $63 million, while Wednesday's Powerball jackpot $111 million.
Lots of ones, lots of zeros. Marlon Byrd starting the 3-run second with a double. Darwin Barney pitching in with a 2-base hit on a 3-1 pitch. And Matt Garza knocking in his first career run at the plate. Keys to get the win today, but assuming that happens, I think Matt will be most proud of the run scoring single. He's worked very hard on his offense going back to spring training.
Yeah, when you acquire a pitcher from the American League, you bring him over for what he does on the mound, but you hope that he can very quickly get up to speed, putting down bunts, fielding his position, doing all those things that are required of a pitcher in the National League. And as you said, Matt's been working extremely hard at it, finally starting to show some fruits of his labor. We saw the same thing when Ted Lilly came over to the Cubs after spending a long time in the American League. Really spent a lot of extra time in the cage working on his sacrifice bunting, working on his hitting, just trying to make contact, make something happen. And Matt Garza following suit.
This is the third time Garza has faced the Astros in his career. He's 0-2. The other 2 outings came as a Tampa Bay Ray. As he works to Lyles, and a first pitch strike. Lyles 1 out of 14. Said it before, he could hit in high school, but this isn't high school. No aluminum bat. And you're facing a guy throwing in the mid-90s. Slider in there, 1-2. In terms of day-to-day intensity, I can't think of a more intense major league player I've been around, let alone starting pitcher, than Matt Garza. He has his game face on all the time. Treats his side sessions like it's Game 7 of the World Series. And he had a shot at the end of the leadoff man today. He was heading down to the bullpen with his headphones on, gathering his thoughts.
And he's really been able to kind of focus that intensity this year. There have been times in the past where his intensity was his own worst enemy.
It is a fine line, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. But as I said, he's been able to focus it in the right direction. Doesn't point fingers at any of his teammates through all the tough luck that he's pitched in this year. Just goes out there and tries to do his job to the best of his ability.
Ball 4. Dreaded leadoff walk, and it comes against the opposing pitcher.
Yeah, perhaps in this at bat, Garza giving Lyles a little bit too much respect. Threw some breaking pitches early in the sequence. Probably could have just blown him away with 3 high fastballs and been done with it, but ends up with a leadoff walk to the opposing pitcher.
Well, remember, he got into it with his catcher, Dioner Navarro. I believe that was in 2008 when he was with Tampa. Probably a learning experience for him. Ramirez and Pena ready to charge against Bourne. 2-0.
You can say that with Michael Bourne at the plate. Just about any at bat of any ball game. This guy is a threat to bunt at any point in the game, regardless of game situation or who's on base. With runners in scoring position, he's a little more likely to try to drive those runners in, but his game is getting on base.
.15 hits over his last 8 games coming in. 3-1. Barmes went deep in the first inning. He's on deck. And it just sneaks under the glove of Starlin Castro on a ball that was just scalded by Michael Bourne. Well, the irony of that hot shot, Bob, is that if Castro picks it, it's a double play. But he couldn't. And there are 2 on, nobody out. That's kind of all or nothing there.
I think Starlin was caught in between whether that ball was going to make it all the way out to him in the air or whether it was going to short hop into the glove and he was going to have to shovel on to Darwin Barney for the out at second. As it is, it just shot by him into center field. Michael Bourne proving that even the little guys will hit the ball harder when they find themselves in those good hitters counts. That time a 3-1 fastball rocketed back up the middle.
So 2 on with nobody out. The Astros have said that a few times, haven't they, this weekend? They had the bases loaded, nobody out twice on Friday against Carlos Zambrano in back-to-back innings and scored just 1 run. It's the kind of thing, if you're Matt Garza, you tell yourself, make a pitch or 2 and I've got a decent shot to get out of it. Barmes took a strike as he thought about a bunt. Is that a tough one for a manager? Your number 2 hitter hits a home run his first at bat, second time up, but it's a bunting situation. Part of you, if you're Brad Mills, say, you know what, take another shot.
Well, Brad Mills has seen more than 1 at bat this season from Clint Barmes. He probably has a better feel for what he should do in this situation than we do. He's been watching the Astros all season long, and he does turn Barmes loose on the second delivery.
He might have just decided to show bunt as he was going to take that first pitch no matter what. Well, you and I have talked about it many times. With a strikeout pitcher on the mound, if you give that guy that first out, you give him, I think, a lot of light at the end of the tunnel to get out of the inning. And he strikes him out on a foul tip.
That might have been the changeup from Matt Garza. We haven't seen him use that pitch extensively this season. He'll mix it in from time to time just to show it to opposing hitters, but a real good one right there to get strike 3 from Barmes.
Fly ball left center. Marlon Byrd with a catch, 2 outs. We want to let our AT&T UVerse viewers in Chicago and around the country on WGN America know that during every Cubs home game this season, you go to channel 780 or high def channel 1780. You can see a special multi-view presentation that shows you all our different live camera angles here at Wrigley Field. Pretty cool. So if you want to direct the game along with Skip Ellison, give a look to AT&T UVerse channel 780 or HD channel 1780. Well, Garza can get out of it here if he can get Carlos Lee. Still first and second, 2 outs. Curveball missed low and outside. He's still not hitting for a lot of home run power, but after hitting a .194 in April, he's been over 300 since. Too high on a fastball, 2-1. Five more homers on this date last year, but the batting average was way down.
Maybe low.
See how Pitch Tracks viewed it. All right.
Very close. Could have gone either way.
And they're loaded up. Second walk of the inning. And here comes Mark Riggins with the third baseman Chris Johnson coming up. We'll send out a happy 75th birthday wish to longtime Cub fan Myra May Eden. Hope it's a good one. Also get a nice note from Donna Milmore from Bloomington, Illinois. One strike on Johnson. Able to hold up, it's outside. Also got the most colorful letter you'll ever see from Vicky Bogatz, I believe, from Oak Park, Illinois. She loves us.
Yeah, used every marker in the box there.
Very nice.
Nicely done.
Thanks to Vicky. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Vicky actually wrote regarding her grandpa Tony. I don't have a date, but I think recently turning 100 years old. Swing and a miss. He got him to get out of the inning with no damage done. The Astros leave him loaded. Cubs lead 3-1.
I just thought I'd try it out. I I went on Ancestry.com, started playing around with my family tree. And this little leaf appears by my grandmother's name. When I clicked on it, I found trees built by other members that traced my family all the way back to before the Civil War.
Visit Ancestry.com and discover the world's largest online family history resource.
So you don't have to know what you're looking for. You just have to start looking.
Your discovery starts right now on Ancestry.com.
The 8-passenger Pilot. With the smallest turning radius in its class and 87 cubic feet of cargo space, it's only big on the inside. The Pilot from Honda.
For great leases and low financing, go to shophonda.com or see your Honda dealer.
Verizon claims its 4G LTE is twice as fast as AT&T. We're putting them to the test against the speed of a rescue unit.
Go! They're downloading a music album. The first network to finish gets rescued.
Yeah, we're going up to 5. Does your phone know that we're racing?
Done.
Verizon's done!
I've got 7 left.
The fastest network in America. Verizon, built so you can rule the air. Now powering the LG revolution.
After we stay 2 times at a hotel, who wants a free night? Free night! Free night!
You ask for free, we give you free. Right now, when you stay 2 separate times at any of these Choice hotels, you'll earn 1 night free. Book today at choicehotels.com.
Ted, I'm going to teach you how to live.
Hey, Cubs fans, if you want to manage a game along with Mike Quaddy, log on to WGNTV.com right now and click on the WGN Sports Game Zone banner to connect to all the up-to-the-minute stats and information while you're watching at home. Game Zone is sponsored by The Great Escape, pools, patio sets, play sets, hot tubs, and more.
Dual purpose with the umbrella. The sun and the rain, but hopefully we don't have to deal with any of the rain the rest of the afternoon. How about the rest of the month for that matter? By the way, there is one umpire missing. I believe it's C.B. Buckner, who is working third. And will be caught by Quintero to retire Aramis. And we'll keep an eye on that situation. We've had it happen a couple of times this year. And we see the 3-man crew a lot in spring training.
Yeah, something the umpires are prepared to handle if necessary. If a guy goes down with an injury or an illness, they're very well versed in how to work the field with a 3-man crew. They're always in constant communication anyway. I've talked about it before, and I don't know who would do this, but if you do come to the ballpark someday and it's a boring game, your favorite hitter isn't at the plate, watch the umpire sometimes. They're in constant communication when runners get on base, letting each other know if the ball's hit the right field, I'm going to cover this area. If the ball's hit the left field, you go there, I'll fill in for you. There's all kinds of different rotations that the umpires use depending on runners on base and game situations, and always in constant communication.
So Jerry Meals, the second base umpire, moving over to third with nobody on base. Cover for Buckner. Change up, swing and a miss. 0-2 on Carlos Pena. Pirates try to avoid the sweep today as they host the Cardinals. It's 3-2 St. Louis in the 6th. Colby Rasmus with a home run in that game. Cardinals 1 percentage point ahead of the Brewers. And 1 up on the Pirates. If the Pirates come back and win that game and Milwaukee loses, you'd have a 3-way tie for first. Milwaukee's in San Francisco. Well, actually, Milwaukee's in Wisconsin, but the baseball team is in Northern California. We'll see all 3 teams on the upcoming road trip. And then the Reds to start the next homestand. An NL Central-centric schedule coming up for the Cubs.
Boy, a great opportunity for the Cubs if they can get it together over the next couple of weeks here to maybe creep up in the standings a little bit, put some pressure on those teams ahead of them as Pena goes down on a check swing.
Let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN.
Here is today's Grand Slam giveaway contestant. All season long, if the Cubs or White Sox hit a Grand Slam in the 5th inning, one lucky viewer will win a chance to receive $5,000. Go to WGNAmerica.com to enter today.
Cubs leading 3-1. 2 outs, nobody on in the 3rd, and fastball for a strike on Marlon Byrd. Talked about Lyles being the youngest pitcher in baseball. The only player younger than the 20-year-old Lyles is Mike Trout, rookie outfielder with the Angels. He's 19. And the Astros as a whole have gotten a lot younger. The current average age is 27.4. You go back to the opening day roster in 2009, it was 32.3. So they have picked up a lot of youth over the last couple of years. 3-1 Cubs.
When you're looking for a twist, crack open a Bud Light Lime.
It's a fraction of the whole, but it's hard to control.
The great taste of Bud Light with a twist. Bud Light Lime. All the refreshment of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Bud Light Lime. It's Bud Light with a twist.
This is Lisa, who tries to stay ahead of her class. Morning starts with arthritis pain. That's 2 pills before the first bell. It's time for recess and more pills. Afternoon art starts and so does her knee pain. That's 2 more pills. Almost done, but hang on. Her doctor recommended Aleve because it can relieve pain all day with just 2 pills. This is Lisa, who switched to Aleve and fewer pills for a day free of pain. And get the all-day pain relief of Aleve in liquid gels.
Say hello to the new Mango Pineapple Real Fruit Smoothies from McCafe. Bursting with fresh flavors and blended with creamy low-fat yogurt. The simple joy of exotic refreshment.
Hey, the new guy is loaded with protein.
Really?
25 grams of protein.
What do we have?
All 4 of us together? 24.
He's low fat, too, and has 5 grams of sugars.
I'll believe it when I...
What's shaking?
As you get older, protein is an important part of staying active and strong. New Ensure High Protein. 50% of your daily value of protein, low fat, and 5 grams of sugars.
See, he's a good egg.
New Ensure High Protein. Ensure. Nutrition in charge.
C.B. Buckner is back after missing a half inning. Don't want to speculate, but he grabs his stomach and we'll let you fill in the blanks. Never supposed to eat eggs on travel day.
Oh, no. Well, and I don't know if it's a distraction to the players down at field level, and it's only a minor distraction to me, but all the fans waving in the stands. You can see behind the shot there. Yeah, fans trying to stay cool here today with the giveaway thumbs up, and at any given time there are thousands of those things waving. Yeah, you hear players talk all the time about losing a ball out of a white shirt in the stands. Oh, there's a bunch of white fans up there waving today.
That will be caught on the move. Nicely done by Soriano to rob Red Wallace.
Had to be Soriano. Marlon Byrd was playing Wallace to pull a little bit. Soriano gets to the spot, makes a nice running catch right in front of the door out there in left center field for the first out of the inning.
Wallace has been robbed a couple of times by nice defensive plays. Now Downs, who struck out his first time up, and he looks at a strike. Could be a record-setting day for the Mariners today at Fenway Park, and it's not a record they want to set. They have already tied their club record with 14 consecutive losses, and they're trailing 10-3 in the 6th. The weird thing about it is when they started this 14-game losing streak, they were right at 500. I mean, that is just a total collapse. Still haven't won since June 5th, or July 5th rather. Probably feels like June 5th. Been almost 3 weeks since the Mariners last got a win.
And their losing streak coincided with the Rangers getting red hot, and they just were sinking by the day as that losing streak got longer and longer.
Swing and a miss on a high fastball. 2 down.
The new Bud Light Bleacher Series provides fans with exciting new opportunities in the Bud Light bleachers this season, including free T-shirt Mondays, $3 12-ounce draft Bud and Bud Light Tuesday nights, and $1 Vienna beef hot dog Wednesdays. Tuesday night special is also available in select locations in the seating bowl. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com.
Quintero with 2 outs. You know, the Mariners' losing streak and the fact that they were very much in the hunt in the West before this skid started, it brings up a bigger question. I have not followed the Mariners too closely since we saw them in spring training. I don't think there were a lot of expectations externally for a team that had a tough time last year. I think everybody would agree Eric Wedge is a pretty good manager, and you were reading about how good a job he was doing when they were hovering around 500 or a little above it. He hasn't changed, right?
No.
So what happened? That's a fickle game, to say the least. They go down in order, 1, 2, 3.
Gotta go get a soda. Be right back. Santa, my man.
Making a Pepsi.
Pepsi?
Yeah, Pepsi.
But Mr. Claus, I thought you had to deal with, you know.
I'm on vacation. Want to have a little fun.
Summertime is Pepsi time.
Naughty.
Nice.
Come on, everybody. Gonna have a good time tonight.
Come in for a great time at Olive Garden. Enjoy our new carbonara ravioli with chicken for just $10.95. Pancetta and Parmesan-filled ravioli served with pan-seared chicken and creamy Parmesan sauce.
Family affair.
Or with sauteed shrimp for $12.95. Both with unlimited breadsticks and salad or homemade soup. A great meal sure to end with a smile. Olive Garden. When you're here, you're family.
Here's the great thing about love. Anything is possible when you're with the right person.
I can just look at her and instantly just makes me smile.
He's my best friend. I can't wait to marry him. I love everything about him.
Experience the difference of a site that really cares about helping you find a wonderful relationship. Visit eHarmony today and review your compatible matches free.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
When you play the Wheel of Fortune instant game from the Illinois Lottery, you could win one of 5 top prizes of $250,000 or one of over 52,000 additional prizes ranging from $50 to $1,000 instantly. Might even get to meet Pat and Vanna. You never know.
Sajak or Hughes?
Cub fans would much rather meet Pat Hughes.
Oh, yeah.
And Vanna Moreland over there in the radio booth.
Pat Sajak, big Cub fan, has done the stretch before.
Yes, indeed.
Giovanni Soto takes a curveball in tight for ball 1. RBI double in the second to tie it up. He would score the go-ahead run a little later in that inning. Soriano and Barney to follow. And that'll get past Barmes and into left. Time now for the Chevy Youth Baseball League of the Game. Today we want to recognize Ron Westfall Chevrolet for its support of Oswego softball and baseball. Ron Westfall Chevrolet and your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers are supporting leagues and young players in their communities through the Chevy Youth Baseball program. From the big leagues to the youth leagues, Chevy is truly the official vehicle of baseball. Runner at first, nobody out. Big swing by Alfonso. He fouled it back. 1-1. Sliders outside. Phillies continue to roll. They've already won 9 in a row against the Padres. Overall, currently 4-game winning streak. Then the Phillies have a 5-3 lead in the 7th today. And this is Roy Halladay's first outing since he left due to the heat here on Monday, and he's gone into the 7th and allowed 3 runs, 2 earned. Lyle's ready, and the pitch. Big swing and a little tapper near the plate, foul. Mets lead the Marlins 4-3 in the bottom of the 8th in Miami. David Wright with his 7th home run. Mike Stanton has hit his 22nd.
This is what we're used to seeing when opposing teams attack Alfonso Soriano. You see a lot of fastballs up and in. Number 1, 2, and 5, all fastballs off the plate, up and in, and the other pitches off speed pitches just off of that outside corner. Looks like they're coming in again. Just able to get a piece.
Remember those days?
Keep working on it, son. 5 more innings.
And then you say to yourself, I'm just going to leave it alone. Then you get your tongue over in that area. You just keep pushing, pushing, and then eventually pops out.
Well, what is the going rate for a tooth fairy these days? It's been a long time
with
since
inflation. I think
children were young, and
about $35 just to get a quarter. Finally got him. Soriano battled and strikes out on the curveball.
Once again, looking at pitch tracks, and this time Lyles takes a lot off of this breaking pitch, just off of the outside corner, the slowest breaking pitch we've seen from Jordan Lyles in this game at 77. Sticking to that pattern that we see most pitchers use against Soriano. Fastballs up and in, off speed stuff low and away.
Darwin Barney. Ball 1. Still a long way to go, but you might be able to argue that in terms of division races, when it's all said and done, there might only be 2 that go right to the very end and would be both Central divisions. Lined into right for a base hit. Barney's 2 for 2. I mean, you've got the Red Sox and Yankees jockeying in the American League East, but they're probably both going to get in. Whichever team doesn't win it. Heavy favorite to be the wild card winner. But in the AL Central, you've got Detroit, Cleveland, the White Sox still trying to hang around with the Twins. And then this tightly packed NL Central. I still wonder, Bob, if the Giants are going to pull away in the West. Phillies in good shape, and the Braves probably in a good position for the wild card over in the East. So there may not be a lot of great division races, but the 2 that are at the moment could involve more than just 2 teams. And it's why the Cubs and the Astros will have a lot to say with all the extra games within the division down the stretch. The Angels would like to think they can overtake Texas in the AL West. Garza bunts. Throw's going to go to third. And they get the out. So it'll be a fielder's choice for Garza, who still is without a sac bunt this year, even though he knocked in a run with a base hit in his first at bat.
You mentioned Jordan Lyles, an outstanding not only baseball player but football player in high school. Showed his athleticism bouncing off the mound right there. Got to that ball quickly. Made sure he was under control as he made that throw to third base for the out. Take another look at that play by Jordan Lyles as he gets off the mound quickly to field that bunt. Gets his body in a good position. Squares up to his throw to third base. I think under control. I think that's the term that you would least use to describe Matt Garza's defense. He at times is very frantic as he goes after bunted balls or little tappers in front of the mound and gets out of control at times. That's why he's made some bad throws and has the 5 errors that he does already this year. But with more experience and more fielding practice, it'll become second nature to him.
Again, Matt works very hard on the other parts of his game. He's just not very good at it. And I guess you hope, in a spot like that bunt, okay, they get the lead guy. Just make sure it's not a double play. And whatever he gives you, I mean, the RBI single, you gladly take it. But what you expect Matt to do is pitch like an ace, and anything else you get is gravy. 3-0 on Kosuke. And the one example I think we could use is Ryan Dempster. He's gotten a lot better at the plate over the years, bases loaded, especially with the sac bunt. Ryan has become the Cubs' best bunter. And a lot of hard work.
Well, once a pitcher realizes that the ability to get down a bunt, to put the ball in play as a hitter, to field your position, to hold runners, all those peripheral things that a pitcher has to do, if you do those well, the manager's more likely to leave you in a ball game an extra inning, perhaps giving you an opportunity to go from a loss to a win or a no decision to a win. And when you can do all those other things well, it might buy you a couple of extra innings in a ball game, and that could really change your season numbers over the course of 162 games.
Self-manicure for Carlos Zambrano. Will be back on the mound Wednesday night in Milwaukee. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and the pitch to Castro. Low. No career grand slams for Starlin Castro. Took Derek Jeter until 2005 to get his first career grand slam. It was against the Cubs off Joe Borowski at Yankee Stadium, the old ballpark. Up and in, 2-1. On the flip side, you have Robin Ventura, who seemed to hit 3 or 4 a year. It was 10 years into Jeter's major league career before he hit his first grand slam. Broken bat, roller up the middle, and it'll be fielded by Downs, who touches second. They get the force out, and the Cubs leave the bases loaded.
Bye, Mom. Bye, sweetie. You'll do great.
This is it.
A new school year has so much potential.
Hey, any resolutions? My resolution is the same as always. Keep her full and focused with my fiber.
3, 2, 1. Happy school year!
This school year, make a resolution to give your kid Kellogg's Frosted Mini Wheat cereal, an excellent source of fiber from 100% whole grain that helps keep them full so they can focus on the day ahead.
Keeps them full,
keeps them focused.
People everywhere are taking a stand and booking on choicehotels.com.
Booking a room online should be easy as pie.
As long as I save 20%.
When I save 20% on my hotel, I do my happy dance.
I have the right to a guarantee that my rate is the lowest on the web. Do I ask for too much?
Nope. It's your voice, it's your choicehotels.com. Get the best internet rate guaranteed and save up to 20% every day. Book now at choicehotels.com.
If you have psoriasis, you know how it feels. The itching, the redness, the flaking skin. As a doctor, I recommend Psoriasin. It's strong medicine that relieves stubborn symptoms and helps prevent recurrence. Psoriasin for complete symptom relief.
As your love has evolved, so have your gifts. From I like you, I really like you. I love you. I will always love you. And sometimes a gift says you mean more to me than anything else in the world. Life insurance from New York Life ensures your loved ones will always be taken care of. With 166 years of financial strength, it's the most selfless gift you can give. New York Life, the company you keep.
Don't worry, Lucky. These Wheat Thins Crunch Sticks will save us. Look!
Toots Crunch Sticks. Try our new flavors.
The 2011 Chicago Cubs baseball season on WGN is brought to you by Bud Light. The sure sign of a good time. Here we go.
Matt Garza working with a 3-1 lead as the Cubs go for their first 3-game win streak of the year. And to all of our Chicagoland viewers, how would you like to win $5 footlongs from Subway? Just be the 500th texter to text Subway to 97999. Go to WGNTV.com for complete info and rules. The fewest 3-game winning streaks in a single season the Cubs have had, starting in 1876, is 3. And again, without one at the moment as we sit here in late July. The 1877 White Stockings, the 66 and 86 Cubs had 3 winning streaks of at least 3 games. Well, this 2011 edition has some work to do here in the second half. Ball 1 to Lyles. That's a strike on a fastball. Happy birthday goes out to Cub fans Tracy and Keith Liebherr. Happy 56th anniversary to Bev and Art Whipple of Des Moines, Iowa, watching the Cubs today. Mr. Whipple. Happy 56th anniversary to Mr. and Mrs. Cindy Sisler's celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Tough play, barehanded and dropped as Castro had one chance and he could not pick it up. It's a base hit. Lyles has been on both times.
I'm not so sure, Len. I think he may have had time to go to the glove that time. It was the pitcher running out of that right-handed batter's box. Starlin may have had just a little more time than he realized, but came up empty on the barehanded attempt. Lyles has led off 2 innings. He's reached base both times.
That was a very difficult barehanded play since it was hit so far up the middle. Not easier to make that barehanded play on a ball hit right at you. It was still not easy then. And Michael Bourne has really made himself into a very good leadoff man after his first full season with the Astros, which he played 138 games in 08. He was not good offensively. On base percentage was under .290, slugged .300, stole 41 bases, but he just wasn't on enough. But his on base has been a lot better the last 3 years. 2-time Gold Glover in center, so you know he could play defense. You can say Bourne found his identity. Ooh. One, two, base hit. Castro, few steps toward the middle of the diamond against the left-handed hitting Bourne. He hit the ball right through where Castro would be playing against a right-handed pull hitter.
And without looking at the numbers, Len, I would venture to guess that Michael Bourne hitting a lot more line drives and ground balls at this stage of his career than he did earlier. I think like a lot of young players, when you get to the major leagues, you get a little power happy. Even a little guy like Michael Bourne wants to drive the ball into the gaps, maybe hit a home run or two, but has realized as his career has gone on that his value is hitting the ball on the ground, taking advantage of his speed.
And you're right. According to stats, his ground ball to fly ball ratio was 178 in 2008, and it's now up over 2. So hitting 2 ground balls for every fly ball. And you're right, that's his game.
Yep.
He's also taking more first pitches than ever, which really has to be a must for a leadoff hitter. You can't be an aggressive first ball hitter by and large and be a successful leadoff guy. Got to be able to work deep counts and draw some walks. Barmas does get down the bunt, and Ramirez just looks right at first where Darwin Barney's covering. Let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN.
He's a lot like Sherlock Holmes. Just don't sneeze on him. Monk. Sundays at 11 East, 8 West on WGN America.
You might want to write this down because you know how I am with a sac bunt, but I think Brad Mills realizing in the 3rd inning not bunting backfired and they didn't score any. So why not change it up in the exact same situation in the 5th, and I don't think you can blame him. Pence hits a ground ball to short. Lyles will score. As Castro gets Pence by a half step, it's now 3-2. An RBI for Pence on the ground out. His 62nd run batted in.
Well, even though he's already in scoring position at second base, if Michael Bourne can get himself a walking lead out there, he will try to steal third base. Starlin Castro playing very deep, as is Darwin Barney at second base. Nobody close to him out there.
Driven to deep right. Kosuke drifting, and he gets to the spot. The inning comes to an end. So Garza limits the damage. They do get one, however. It's 3-2 midway in the 5th.
When you're looking for a twist, crack open a Bud Light Lime. It's a fraction of the whole, but it's hard to control. The great taste of Bud Light with a twist. Bud Light Lime. All the refreshment of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Bud Light Lime. It's Bud Light with a twist.
My doctor told me calcium is best absorbed in small, continuous amounts. Only one calcium supplement does that in one daily dose. New Citracal Slow Release continuously releases calcium plus D for the efficient absorption my body needs. Citracal.
Right now, all over the country, Discover customers are getting 5% cashback bonus at the pump. And at many of the places their summer plans take them. It pays to switch. It pays to Discover.
At Dairy Queen, we don't stop at good enough.
We don't just give you a chocolate blizzard. We give you the triple chocoholic blizzard. Rich truffles, choco chunks, and dark fudge.
And we don't just have piñatas. We have piñatas filled with Mary Lou Retton. Because at Dairy Queen, good isn't good enough. You're smiling, aren't you?
Uh-huh. The new triple chocoholic blizzard from Dairy Queen. So good, it's ridiculous.
Don't worry, Lucky. These Wheat Thins Crunch Sticks will save us. Look!
Wheat Thins Crunch Sticks. Try our new flavors.
Tuesday at 8 East on WGN America.
Great to see Blackhawks captain Jonathan Toews taking in a Cubs game this afternoon. I think he's doing stand-up right now. Cubs leading 3-2. He's a funny guy.
Apparently.
Ramos takes strike one. Pena and Bird also here in the 5th inning. Rising fastball, 1-1. Been one of the hottest hitters in baseball the last few weeks. "13 homers, 27 knocked in over his last 27 games. Bourne going back, and he has to reach up to make the grab for the out. The one and only Sir Paul McCartney is coming to Wrigley Field next Sunday, July 31st, and Monday, August 1st. Treat your best customers and guests to the ultimate VIP experience in a private suite at the friendly confines for these historic shows. Mezzanine suites are limited and available now. Call 773-404-4200 for more details and to book your suite today. Paul McCartney likes suspenders. On that Cub fan.
Don't they call them braces in England?
Sounds right.
So what do they call the metal things they put on their teeth?
Suspenders. Bourne again. 2 down. Marlon Byrd. Lyles has had one bad inning. A 3-run second. Cutter strike to Byrd. Curtis Granderson's hit his 27th homer today for the Yankees, who lead the A's 6-3 in the 8th. A's snapped an 11-game losing streak to the Yanks yesterday. Bartolo Colon with another beauty. 7 innings, 2 runs. And a nice find for the Yankees this season. There's a 3.29 ERA. Up the middle. Barmes can't get it. Even if he did, he probably would not have had time to get Byrd.
Once again, talked about Marlon Byrd's first at bat of this game, how he's waiting so much longer on pitches now. Almost waited too long on that one. A breaking ball that hung up on the inside part of the plate, but manages to muscle it up the middle of the field for a 2-out base hit. Makes such a difference for a hitter when he has the confidence to let that pitch travel just a little bit further before committing. You find yourself taking borderline pitches that are out of the zone, swinging at better pitches in the strike zone, and when you do get pitches you can handle, you end up hitting them a lot harder. Short and quick.
Marlins came back late 2 in the 8th and beat the Mets 5-4. Logan Morrison tied it with a home run. John Buck won it with an RBI double. Emilio Bonifacio's hitting streak still alive at 23 games. He went 2 for 5. Line to right. Pence makes a nice catch as he had to leave his feet, and that'll end the inning. A hit, no runs. Cubs lead 3-2 after 5.
The wisdom, the intelligence, the brilliance. That is Barney.
Honka.
When you think of mother, think of America. WGN America, that is.
God bless America.
How I Met Your Mother. Tonight at 7:30 East, 4:30 West on WGN America.
You could save a bundle with Geico's multi-policy discount. Geico, saving people money on more than just car insurance. Geico, saving people money on more than just car insurance.
Good news, men use soap. Bad news, men use soap that can really dry their skin. And some have been doing so for over 20 years. So if you think about it, soap has been drying men's skin since breakdancing became totally rad and MacGyver was saving the world with tweezers. Fear not, Dove Men Plus Care is here. It's the bar with 1/4 moisturizing cream, so it cleans and leaves skin feeling moisturized. Dove Men Plus Care. Also try Dove Men Plus Care Sensitive Clean Body Wash.
It's all new with the 5-star frontal crash rating.
5 stars means safe. 5-star protection. Side crash rating. 5-star side.
Size 2, 3, 4, 5-star crash.
Side crash rating. Side only.
Lots of cars get 5 stars in one category, but not in every combined category. The one, the Accord sedan.
For great leases and low financing, go to shophonda.com or see your Honda dealer.
Time now for the Cubs' upcoming schedule, brought to you by Lincoln. It's not just luxury, it's smarter than that. Feel smarter at Lincoln.com. Busy week here on WGN Sports. Tuesday night at 7 from Milwaukee. Thursday at 1. We'll have the series finale, and then we'll also have Friday night Cardinals Cubs from St. Louis at 7 o'clock here on WGN. Trying to sweep this series as they lead the Astros 3-2. Off the outside corner to Johnson, the third baseman. He has grounded out and struck out. Inside that time. So Garza surrounding that strike zone, but has yet to throw one in it there in this at bat. He's walked 2. They both came back in the third inning. A 4-pitch walk. Cub fans, make sure you check out our WGN baseball blog on WGNTV.com. I have a post on the Cubs' quest for a three-peat. We have game notes from Stats. We will record a brand new podcast after the game today. Much more. Always some good photos as well at WGNTV.com. We also would like to ask our friends on Facebook and Twitter to give us some food suggestions in Milwaukee at the ballpark. I mean, the standby there is always the brat.
Oh, yeah.
But we've had so many of those. We should probably try something different. I imagine cheese would be involved. 2-0. That's 6 straight bad ones to start this inning for Garza.
Yeah, I'm thinking about maybe having a brat in Milwaukee this time.
I think you will.
I've never stopped at one, ever.
David Carpenter is up for the visitors. Pitcher spot potentially could come up here in this inning. There's a strike. Good meeting.
Wallace had been very aggressive in his first 2 at-bats of this game, so Matt Garza started him with the changeup that missed his zone. Fell behind 2-0 with a fastball, then came right back with another changeup. Searching for that good rhythm that he's had throughout most of this ball game. He has either been in or right around the edges of the strike zone. He seems to have lost it a little bit here in the 6th. Another changeup. Well, when you get an aggressive hitter who likes to swing and likes to swing in those hitters counts, that's a really good pitch if you put it in a good location. That time the changeup on the outside part of the plate fading away from Wallace. He was out in front and just hooked it harmlessly foul down that first baseline. Garza gets right back in the count.
Wallace will take his walks. 34 on the year, tied for the team lead, but he swings and misses for strike 3.
Good comeback at bat for Matt Garza. Got himself back into the count, finishes off Wallace with a slider down and in.
Downs has yet to put a ball in play. He's punched out twice, both times swinging. Curveball missed. The final in Baltimore, the Angels beat the Orioles 9-3. Tyler Chatwood over Jeremy Guthrie, who falls to 4-14 in spite of an ERA that's not terrible, 4.33.
Well, and one thing observant Cub fans may notice in this Matt Garza start today, his last couple times out, he just hasn't been able to get on the same page with Giovanni Soto behind the plate. A lot of shakeoffs during the course of the game. He has thrown just about every pitch that Gio has called for in this game. Has him in a much quicker rhythm. There's not a lot of delay between pitches. Yeah, some days you just can't seem to share the same brain between a pitcher and a catcher. Catcher's thinking one thing, the pitcher's thinking something else, but today they seem to be working very well together.
That's foul by a couple of feet, 2-2. Big win for the White Sox today in Cleveland. 4-2. Edwin Jackson over Justin Masterson. Only 11 hits combined in that one. Indians committed 3 errors, leading to 3 unearned runs. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
A little extra gas on that fastball, up and out of the zone away. Yeah, Matt Garza can pitch comfortably at 90, 91, 92. But every now and again, when he needs a little extra giddy up on that fastball, he's able to reach back and hit the high 90s.
So Johnson, who started the inning with a walk, is still at first base. And it's the number 8 hitter Quintero with now Angel Sanchez on deck. And Jordan Lyles' spot. Ground ball right to Starlin Castro. Barney covering second. They force Johnson, and that's it. Cubs will bat in the 6th, leading 3-2.
Cubs baseball is brought to you by Pepsi Max, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball, and your Chicago Cubs. 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste.
0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste.
Great save, kid. You deserve this.
Pepsi Max, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball.
Boy, I'm glad we got Aflac, huh?
Aflac.
Oh, I've just got major medical.
Major medical.
But helps pay the doctors.
Pays the doctors, boy. Huh?
Oh, yeah? What about your family? We added Aflac, so we get cash. It's like our safety net. To help with the mortgage or whatever we need. So my family doesn't feel the pain, too.
Help protect your family at Aflac.com.
We're in the mood for amazing seafood tonight.
Pan-seared just for us. Anybody? You know, sizzling shrimp and scallops.
Perfectly seared tilapia made to order. On an all-you-can-eat dinner buffet.
For around $10. Heads up.
Only Golden Corral would serve up endless made-to-order pan-seared seafood. It's incredible shrimp, tilapia, and scallops with your choice of amazing sauces. All on our endless dinner buffet, still for around $10.
$10? Bam!
Golden Corral. Help yourself to happiness.
Leap, and a net will appear.
Who's a net?
No, a net to catch you.
Let's look in on our Honda Games summary. Jordan Lyles has actually reached base twice from a 9 spot, and Matt Garza with his first career RBI. The Cubs with 3 in the 2nd to grab the lead, and they have not yet relinquished it as we get into the bottom of the 6th. Visit your local Honda dealer today to test drive the 2011 Honda Cross Tour, available with 4-wheel drive. From the upper deck, our first base camera position. Bottom 3 in the order, starting with Alfonso Soriano. First pitch swinging, fly ball to right, Pence still back, and he's got it.
Hunter Pence with a smile out there dealing with that well area in straightaway right field. Yeah, he's not the smoothest outfielder in the major leagues, but he gets the job done more often than not. It's not an easy play going back in that particular area of the field and staying on that fly ball, able to make the catch.
Well, because of the well, the warning tracks is wider in that little area. So where you're used to the wall being, you still have a few extra feet, especially when you're coming from that other angle. You're just kind of waiting to feel the ivy. and the bricks behind it. That's why you take fly balls during BP.
That's one of the things I think every team in the majors still does it. The first game of a series, when you go to a ballpark, you walk around to see if there's anything new. Has anything changed? Is there new signage on the wall that may affect play? And then relay that message to your players just to make sure they're aware of any new changes to the ballpark. Time to take a look at today's BMW Ultimate Drive. Matt Garza with his first career RBI, a base hit just inside that first base line, scoring Darwin Barney. Brought to you by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana BMW dealers. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Call strike to Garza. And we'll head back out in the 7th, having made 92 pitches through 6. This will be it for Lyles. Brad Mills will use a pinch hitter in his spot to start the 7th.
I'll tell you one thing about Matt Garza. Before this year is over, he's likely to reach base on a catcher's interference. He swings extremely late, and if you get an opposing catcher that sets up too close to that back tip of home plate, yeah, Matt's liable to catch that glove with that very late swing. Might be a good weapon for him to practice that. They talk about the ball getting deep into the hitting zone. Occasionally when Matt Garza is at the plate, it gets deep into the catcher's mitt before he starts the bat.
Called strike 3. So Lyles with a quality start, 6 innings, 3 runs. To the 7th, 3-2 Cubs.
We at Bud Light, like most advertisers, were going to run a 3D commercial this year. In fact, we made one, but it didn't test well. Here we go. Actually, it tested too well. We concluded that running this commercial would have been inappropriate, so we didn't. You're welcome, America.
It's the sure sign of a good time. The just right taste of Bud Light. Here we go. Chug that coffee. Bolt that burrito. No matter what life throws at you, you can take the heat until it turns into heartburn. Good thing you got what it takes to beat that heat, too. Zantac. It's strong. Just one pill can knock out the burn. It's fast, the speed you need for heartburn relief, and it lasts up to 12 hours. So, let them turn up the heat. You can stop that heartburn cold. Zantac.
After we stay 2 times at a hotel, who wants a free night? Free night, free!
You ask for free, we give you free. Right now, when you stay 2 separate times at any of these Choice Hotels, you'll earn 1 night free. Book today at choicehotels.com.
Yoo-hoo! Hello? It's water from the drinking fountain at the mall.
Great tasting tap water can now come from any faucet, anywhere. Introducing the Brita bottle with a filter inside.
Let's take a look at today's Bud Fan Cam.
Sheila is into memorabilia. Who said 3 is a crowd? We'd bet to get it on the go. Hey, now, we've got to make it rain somehow. She told me to and showed me what to do. A magnet makes it in a cloud. I said, hey, now, we've got to make
That's the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I think I drove by this lady on the way to the ballpark. The Adventures of Rain Dance Maggie. That's our Bud fan cam. Great times are awaiting. Grab some buds.
Infielder Angel Sanchez will pinch hit for the pitcher Lyles. Anario Del Rosario appears to be the next Astros pitcher in the bottom of this inning, as Matt Garza's back to work. And the curveball missed.
Sanchez hitting .249 for the season, but he's been very good coming off the bench for Brad Mills. 7 for 21 as a pinch hitter.
Astros have had the leadoff man on in 3 of the first 6 innings. Curve strike 1 and 2. Slowly hit grounder right to Barney. 1 away. And it's Michael Bourne. Ramirez already playing way in on the grass at third, and Pena now squeezing in at first. Bird playing very deep out in center, trying to keep Bourne anything in the gaps to a single if possible. Keep that tying run out of scoring position. High for ball 2.
And the problem with playing no doubles for a guy like Michael Bourne, if he happens to dribble one through the infield in front of the outfielders, he may still turn it into a double.
And Bird and Fukudome are playing very deep. Soriano not so much in left. Take the Cubs with you wherever you go this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Cubs game live or on demand on your computer and your favorite devices. Visit Cubs.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere.
That's why it's so important, Len, to understand that when you are playing no doubles, as the Cubs are in right and center field here with Michael Bourne at the plate and 1 out, if there is a ground ball hit through the infield, you really need to charge the ball hard.
Got him. Bourne knew it. 8 now for Garza.
There might have been a changeup at 87. Matt Garza's fastball consistently in the mid-90s, and his changeup is usually in the mid-80s. A little extra juice on that changeup, got the called strike.
Barmas lost the bottom hand of the bat, or on the bat. 1 strike. 40,406. And enjoying a Sunday afternoon of Cubs baseball. Cubs going for the sweep. On this homestand, the Cubs have kind of been all or nothing in terms of starts. This would be the 7th quality start. Starters with an ERA just above 1 in those outings. The other 3, a combined 11.85 ERA. It's either been really good or really bad. Today has been very good. A pop-up. See if Soto has enough room. He does not.
Wind not much of a factor here today, but it is blowing straight in from center gently right now. May have helped push that foul tip on out of play up into the bleachers.
Barmes went around. That's the inning. 3-2 Cubs in the 7th.
It's time for the 7th inning snack. Rumor has it that the 7th inning stretch started in 1910 when President William Howard Taft's leg fell asleep at the game and decided to stand up and stretch. We think he was really getting up to get some Jack Link's beef jerky. High in protein and low in fat. Jack Link's beef jerky is the tasty snack that fills you up, not out. And tune in to HD Baseball all season long on WGN America.
Jack Link's beef jerky presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Check this out.
Jack Link's jerky. Feed your wild side.
Say hello to the new Mango Pineapple Real Fruit Smoothies from McCafe. Bursting with fresh flavors and blended with creamy low-fat yogurt. The simple joy of exotic refreshment.
My doctor told me calcium is best absorbed in small, continuous amounts. Only one calcium supplement does that in one daily dose. New Citracal Slow Release continuously releases calcium plus D for the efficient absorption my body needs. Citracal.
The Cubs slide into Milwaukee to open up a 3-game set against MVP wannabe Prince Fielder and the Brew Crew.
Cubs 3, Astros 2 as the Cubs will bat here in the 7th, leading 3-2. Anario Del Rosario is on. Came on and struck out Marlon Byrd in the 8th inning yesterday. Bob, your thoughts on the 20-year-old Jordan Lyles today?
Well, he came as advertised, very aggressive in the strike zone. You know, his stuff doesn't light you up. His fastball in the high 80s, occasionally touching 90, but he seems to have a pretty good idea of how to change speeds and move the ball around the strike zone. Pretty good looking young pitcher.
Fastball at 92 is low.
Del Rosario basically a 2-pitch guy, a fastball and a slider. He will mix in an occasional changeup to a left-handed hitter, but he'll go after you with his strength. Fastball, slider.
Two bouncer. At Downs for the out.
Hey fans, couldn't get tickets to the Cardinals series here at Wrigley? Well, Cubs Destination has spots available for this highly anticipated matchup. All standard packages include great tickets, first-class hotel accommodations, a special Cubs gift bag, a tour of the ballpark, and a private meet and greet with a current Cubs player. For more information, visit Cubs.com.
Righty Jeff Samardzija up in the Cubs bullpen. Castro for 3. Carpenter back up along with a southpaw Sergio Escalona. Well, we want to congratulate Justin Howard from Chicago, who is the United States #1 air guitarist.
Yeah.
The winner of the U.S. Air Guitar National Finals, which was held right up the street. As Castro reaches, Wallace had a little trouble picking it up. And an infield hit.
And we've talked about Aramis Ramirez being the hottest hitter in baseball, and I think it came about because of a minor adjustment. You see, back in April against the Diamondbacks, look at his back arm, his right arm, parallel to his shoulders, parallel to his belt. The shot on the right is from earlier today here against the Astros. He's really lowered his hands. He's dropped the back arm down a little bit, allowing him to get to the ball a little bit quicker, and certainly you cannot argue with the results.
Big swing and a miss. Rudy Jaramillo works very diligently with the Cubs hitters, although pretty much this whole weekend batting practice has been canceled on the field due to rain or the threat of it. A lot of cage work. A pop-up near first, and it'll be in foul ground for Wallace. Yeah, so just to follow up over at Metro, Justin Howard will be the U.S. representative at the World Championships, which are held in Finland. For the Air Guitar Championships, Howard quoted in the Tribune saying, "My power move is my knee slide." Ooh. Well, it's good stuff. You may think I'm joking, but it's a pretty serious deal. There's a great documentary called Air Guitar Nation for all you would-be rockers out there. I suggest you check it out.
How do you tune an air guitar?
Oh, yeah, very, very carefully. Mills is going to make a move with the lefty Pena due up, and here's a lefty on the mound. Escalona when we come back.
After we stay 2 times at a hotel, who wants a free night? Free night, free night.
You ask for free, we give you free. Right now, when you stay 2 separate times at any of these Choice hotels, you'll earn 1 night free. Book today at choicehotels.com.
At eHarmony, we think you're incredibly complex, and we find that fascinating. It's your most intriguing feature. That's why we spend so much time getting to know all the details that make you, you. Because we don't match you on the little things, we match you on the important things. It's why eHarmony gives you a better chance at finding that someone who is uniquely right for you. Let us help you find the love of your life. Start on eHarmony today with your free personality profile.
Boy, I'm glad we got Aflac, huh?
Aflac?
Oh, I've just got major medical.
Major medical.
But helps pay the doctors.
Pays the doctors, boy. Huh?
Oh, yeah? What about your family? We added Aflac, so we get cash. It's like our safety net. To help with the mortgage or whatever we need. So my family doesn't feel the pain, too.
Help protect your family at Aflac.com.
Right now, all over the country, Discover customers are getting 5% cash back bonus at the pump. And at many of the places their summer plans take them. It pays to switch. It pays to Discover.
Left-handers Sergio Escalona will face Carlos Pena with Castro at first and 2 outs.
Escalona, the lone lefty in the Astros bullpen. Brad Mills has to be very judicious when he drops that lefty in there, and this would appear to be exactly the right time. Escalona's held lefties to 179 average, and we know Carlos Pena has struggled against lefties this year. Although he's done much better lately, including 2 hits against Cliff Lee in that Phillies series.
That was you at about 11:30 in the food room today.
Every day.
Bib included.
Every day.
The pitch. Low for ball 1. Phillies did win today. It's 3 in a row over the Padres this weekend. It's a wraparound series, so they'll play tomorrow afternoon. 5-3 the final, as Roy Halladay improved to 12-4. 94 degrees in Philly today.
For as long as I've been in the game of baseball, Len, that's one thing I can't get used to, that wraparound series where you stay in a town on Sunday night and play a game on Monday before embarking to the next city. That's just so odd in the baseball season to have that extra wraparound game on a Monday and to spend time downtown in most National League cities on a Sunday night. Very quiet.
Yep. Usually you get 1, maybe 2 of those a year. Of course, in the minor leagues, you'll have series end on Saturday and series start on Sunday. It's a little random. Outside 2-1. They're in the 10th in Pittsburgh. 3-3 Cardinals and Pirates. Again, big game for both teams. A little bigger for the Pirates considering they're trying to avoid the sweep. Breaking ball is outside. 3-2. Castro will be on the move here with this 2-out 3-2 pitch.
Quintero trying to walk off one of the 2,500 foul balls he's going to take off his body at some point this season.
That huge power fan in the dugout trying to keep the guys cool. Another 3-2, and he struck him out. Looking to end the inning. Off to the 8th. Another tight one here at Wrigley. 3-2.
wisdom, the intelligence, the brilliance. That is Barney.
Honka.
When you think of mother, think of America. WGN America, that is.
God bless America.
How I Met Your Mother. Tonight at 7:30 East, 4:30 West on WGN America.
Welcome back to Hack Job. Today, we're with the Gilberts. Okay, guys, are you ready to see your new kitchen? Me too, let's go. Take a look. Oh, here we go. It looks amazing.
You didn't do anything. We just put Bud Light on the counter.
Exactly. It totally opens it up. We gave it a fun vibe. Clearly, this is a room people want to hang out in.
It's the sure sign of a good time. Just right taste of Bud Light. Here we go.
The landscapers are here. Nice.
You do look good. Well, if you insist. How can I say no to you? You know my weakness. Real good. You're so sweet. You're so salty. Irresistible.
Giving in to snacks? There's a better way to satisfy your cravings twice a day with Special K. Enjoy something sweet and something salty and still stay on track. So go ahead and embrace snacking with Special K.
Good news, men use soap. Bad news, men use soap that can really dry their skin. And some have been doing so for over 20 years. So if you think about it, soap has been drying men's skin since breakdancing became totally rad and MacGyver was saving the world with tweezers. Fear not, Dove Men Plus Care is here. It's the bar with 1/4 moisturizing cream, so it cleans and leaves skin feeling moisturized. Dove Men Plus Care. Also try Dove Men Plus Care Sensitive Clean Body Wash.
We'll be updating our weekly podcast after the game, and it'll be available for downloading and enjoying tomorrow on WGNTV.com. Well, Jeff Samardzija has earned some more responsibility as he has pitched better and better as the season has gone along, and it's him and not Kerry Wood here in the 8th inning with a 1-run lead. And with him starting this inning, Sean Marshall just got up. 3, 4, and 5 starting with Hunter Pence.
I saw Jeff Samardzija in the clubhouse a couple of days ago and complimented him on how well he and James Russell are complimenting each other out of that bullpen. He said he wants to pitch every day. He feels really good physically right now. Mentally, he's in a good place. His secondary pitches are working well for him. And as you mentioned, he's finding himself in more and more late inning situations.
Two guys with the longest hair in the bullpen, gaining more work and hair.
And hair.
Jeff has not allowed an earned run here in July. Neither has Russell. A 2-1 on the way. That slider got away from him. 3-1. He doesn't give up many hits. Walks have kind of been the biggest issue for him this season. Although having said that, he's only walked 1 this month, make it 2 in over 10 innings of work. He walked 16 in April and 15 in a third innings.
Picked a bad time to issue only a second walk of the month. 1-run ball game leading off the 8th inning here. Got to face the 4, 5, 6 hitters in this Astros lineup.
Well, and quite honestly, that's been Kerry Wood's problem. Throwing strikes, especially since he's come back from the blister injury. Carlos Lee sends it to deep left, and it's gone. And it's happened to Matt Garza again. Boy. 3 starts on the homestand, and all 3 times Matt Garza left with a chance for the win.
Well, we say it every time. It's just bad luck for Matt Garza. He did everything he could possibly do to help his team win a ball game today. Pitched an outstanding outing. And in the course of 2 hitters here in the top of the 8th inning, it's all for naught.
Well, you and I should probably record this and just play this whenever this happens. It's not the home run. It's the leadoff walk that preceded it. See if Pena has room. Nope.
Well, and the issues are twofold, really. You put the tying run on right away with that leadoff walk, and because you walk the first batter, you want to jump ahead to the next hitter, and you have an aggressive swinger in Carlos Lee up there that's ready to jump on the first pitch he sees close to the strike zone.
Now Rodrigo Lopez is up. He will be back in the rotation next Saturday in St. Louis, but is available out of the pen today and Tuesday for sure, maybe Wednesday if absolutely necessary. 1 strike pitch is in there. 0-2 on Chris Johnson. So Matt Garza stays at 4-7 on the season. And Matt will be a good soldier after the game. I'm sure he'll continue to say what he has said all along in terms of supporting his teammates, and he wouldn't be upset at any one teammate in particular anyway, but you could forgive him if he's just upset in general. I mean, his job is to go out and give his team a chance to win, and he's done more than that on this homestand in particular with nothing to show for it. By the way, for Carlos Lee, that's 21 career homers here. Only Albert Pujols and Adam Dunn among all active players have hit more home runs at Wrigley. CB Buckner actually got hit, it appears, in the right hand by an errant pitch from the bullpen. Way inside.
You just barely see it in the corner of your screen right there. There you see him jump. Looked like the ball caught him on the right wrist or right hand area as it got away from that Cubs bullpen.
Well, the thing is, he's not expecting it. Came from behind him, so you're not bracing for it. Bounced way out in front of home plate. 3-2 after an 0-2 start. He's run it full.
And after I've talked about Jeff Samardzija and how good he's been with his secondary pitches recently, he's having a real hard time finding the plate with anything other than his fastball today.
Foul tip, strike 3.
That's been kryptonite for Chris Johnson in this series. Randy Wells really exploited that slider low and away in the ball game yesterday, and now Jeff Samardzija goes to it to get the first out of the inning here. I say that's been a tough pitch for Chris Johnson. It's been a tough pitch for Alfonso Soriano. The reality is that slider off the outside corner is a tough pitch for everybody. The difference is some hitters are able to identify it a little quicker than others, and they lay off that pitch. Other guys see it out there and can't lay off.
Wilton Lopez will get the bottom of the 8th. Setting up for Mark Melanson, the closer. If it does become a safe spot in the 9th, now it will be in the bottom of the 8th. It's unfamiliar territory for the Astros closer. Mark Melanson, over the last month and a half, has only had a handful of opportunities. Mentioned this the other day. The Astros at one time went 38 days between saves, which is unthinkable. Ball 4. And here comes Mike Quaddy. Well, Samardzij's issue early in the year was walks. As we mentioned, he only walked 1 in the entire month going into today, but that was the issue. He walked a couple, gave up the homer to Lee, and exits trailing 4-3.
I feel like you're going to say something else right there, and then you stopped, right?
The wisdom, the intelligence, the brilliance. That is Barney.
Honka.
Well, maybe not brilliant, but certainly legendary.
Legendary.
So when you think of mother, think of America. WGN America, that is.
God bless America.
A network you'll find totally awesome. How I Met Your Mother. Tonight at 7:30 East, 4:30 West on WGN America.
Jason Bourgeois is running for Red Wallace, who just walked. They'll probably do is move Carlos Lee to first, and Bourgeois will play left.
Rodrigo Lopez takes over for the Cubs. He had been the Cubs' hottest starting pitcher other than Matt Garza before going to the bullpen with the off days in the schedule. Over his last 3 starts against the White Sox, the Pirates, and the Phillies, a total of 19 2/3 innings pitched, only 15 hits, 4 runs, struck out 9, and only walked 1 batter. He's been really good.
Beat Roy Halladay on Monday. There's another veteran left-hander, John Graybo.
So I like that, Len. I like the idea of throwing over to first base when a relief pitcher comes into the game, especially after Brad Mills has put in one of his speedier pinch runners. A lot of teams will try to take advantage of that pitcher so focused on the batter in the strike zone, get a huge jump and take off on the first pitch.
Strike to Downs. Bourgeois with 17 stolen bases and limited action.
Possible hit-and-run combination here. Matt Downs has had a rough day at the plate, striking out all 3 of his previous at-bats. Sometimes you take a little pressure off a hitter when you put on a hit-and-run. He knows he has to swing at the next pitch.
Bourgeois going to go. I mean, he flinched towards second. It's just a matter of time as Lopez tries to take a half step off that lead if he can.
And if you're convinced he's going to run, it's a good thing that Rodrigo Lopez jumped ahead in the count 0-1. It gives you a possibility of perhaps pitching out, as Bourgeois just does get back underneath the tag.
Not running as Downs pops it up, and it'll get behind the tarp and become a souvenir. Good block by Soto. It was a very similar play that sent him to the DL earlier this year. He tweaked his groin.
Just a very innocuous slide to his right to block a pitch in the dirt. Seen him do it a million times this year, but that one particular time it's caught him the wrong way.
Continue to be close plays, but for a good base stealer, they should be. You talk all the time about if a guy like Bourgeois gets back really early, he can take even a bigger lead. And he's way out there. Probably has as big a lead as he could get.
Pitch out.
There he goes. And they pitch out. And they're going to get him. And the only reason they got him is because they pitched out. It was still close at second base.
It's almost like baiting into a runner to try to steal second base. You throw over there to first. They were all very close plays, but Bourgeois getting back easily. You feel like he's got a pretty good read on that pickoff move. He's going to run on the next pitch, and a perfectly timed pitch out right on the money from Giovanni Soto for the out.
And a swing and a miss by Downs, so Lopez gets out of it. However, Carlos Lee gives the Astros the lead with a home run.
Just curious, I guess. So I went on Ancestry.com, typed in some names, and up popped this little leaf. I clicked on it and saw all these documents. I even found out that my great-great-grandparents lived next door to the Wright brothers. I mean, who forgot to mention that?
Visit Ancestry.com and discover the world's largest online family history resource.
You don't have to know what you're looking for. You just have to start looking.
Your discovery starts right now on Ancestry.com.
At Dairy Queen, we don't stop at good enough.
We don't just give you a chocolate blizzard. We give you the triple chocoholic blizzard. Rich truffles, choco chunks, and dark fudge.
And we don't just have piñatas. We have piñatas filled with Mary Lou Retton. Because at Dairy Queen, good isn't good enough. You're smiling, aren't you?
Uh-huh. The new triple chocoholic blizzard from Dairy Queen. So good, it's ridiculous.
As we speculated, Carlos Lee goes from left to first, where he's played a little bit. And they add some speed to their outfield with Bourgeois now in left. Jose Altuve also in to play second base. Downs making the last out. That's where the pitcher spot will go, and it's right-hander Wilton Lopez.
See a lot of changeups from Wilton Lopez. Has a fastball and a slider to go along with that straight changeup. See his numbers on the season. And because of you mentioned the rarity of save opportunities for the Astros this year, wouldn't surprise me to see Brad Mills get his closer up in this inning just in case Lopez gets into any trouble.
Marlon Byrd will start it. He was able to start the Cubs 3-run second with a 2-base hit. It is over in Pittsburgh as the Pirates kept hanging around today, and they finally beat the Cardinals on a Chase Darno sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 10th. 4-3 Pirates the final. So they're tied with St. Louis, and you have the Milwaukee San Francisco game going on in San Francisco. 1-1 Brewers and Giants in the fourth. Giovanni Gallardo against Madison Bumgarner. Ryan Braun with his 20th home run of the year. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. Now 1-2. Bird looking for his first career knock against Lopez. Works from the windup. Big leg kick, and that one tapped foul. And just as you mentioned, it looks like Mark Melancon about ready to get stretched out and get going in their bullpen just in case. Hooked into the left field corner, foul.
Well, those are the kind of foul balls that will make their way onto an advance report. We've talked repeatedly this afternoon about Marlon Byrd, how much quicker he is with his swing recently. Even hard hit foul balls will find their way onto an advance report leading into the next series.
Ground ball through the hole and into left. That's a leadoff single.
Quintero wanted it outside. The pitch straight over the heart of the plate and down. Once again, nice quick swing. Top spin grounder just past the diving Clint Barnes.
3 hits for Byrd. Soto with 1 career hit, a home run against Lopez. Double play depth around the infield. We've got Chris Johnson really hugging the line at third. And that no doubles on the infield, but that gives Gio a big hole between third and short. Runner goes, fly ball out to right. It drops for a hit. Pence in foul ground will get it back in. They're at the corners with nobody out. Little hit and run action.
We haven't seen it often from the Cubs this season, using the hit and run, but Marlon Byrd reaching on a leadoff single. Mike Quade gets him in motion. Giovanni Soto just pokes the bat out there and drives it down that right field line. Getting on that first and third merry-go-round.
Astros will bring their infield in, even the guys in the middle. Trying to cut down this tying run. That's a foul ball. Got a piece of Soriano's bat. Cubs gave up the lead in the top of the 8th, but they have them at first and third, no outs here in the bottom of the 8th, and Melanson was just kind of kicking the dirt on the mound out in the Astros bullpen, has not yet begun to throw. Broken bat, fly ball. Bourgeois coming in. Dives and he can't make the catch. Bird scores to tie it up. First and second, nobody out. Soriano with a blue base hit to tie it at 4.
We know Jason Bourgeois has blazing speed out there in left field, but he gets fooled a little bit. His first step was to hold his ground, and only then does he come charging in. Had it in his glove, but as he hit the ground, the ball popped out. Marlon Byrd had gone back to tag up at third and was going to score either way.
And now a chance to take the lead again. Darwin Barney in an apparent bunting situation, and the Astros have their corner men in, back up the middle. Blake DeWitt is on deck in a pitcher spot, and Barney takes one way up and in after squaring to bunt.
Well, once again with the base runners both at first and second. Once that ball gets into the hitting zone and the batter either takes it or bunts through it, you really have to reverse engines quickly and get back to your bag.
Bunted foul. Lopez will wheel and fire and get the out at third. And here's Blake DeWitt batting for Rodrigo Lopez.
The second time today, Giovanni Soto has been cut down at third base on a sacrifice bunt attempt. Not really his fault. Saw the ball on the ground. Unfortunately, Wilton Lopez got off the mound quickly, got to the ball quickly, turns and makes an accurate throw to third base to get the lead runner.
Couple of shots here to get the lead. Soriano, the runner, at second. Inside to Blake DeWitt.
Have to at least give some consideration to running Tony Campana for Alfonso Soriano at second base. That represents the winning run in this game. You see Campana grabbing a helmet. There you go. We haven't seen Tony play very much recently. This is his one value to the ball club right now, is his blazing speed, and what better time to use it than when you represent the winning run at second base.
DeWitt has 8 pinch hits, tied for the second most in all of baseball. Low average, 8 for 39. That's a 205 pinch hit average. He broke his bat. Pence did get a good break, and he'll make the grab. 2 down. Straight singles to start the inning. Marmol's going to get the 9th either way. Campana at second, Barney at first. Cubs tying it on the Alfonso Soriano RBI single. Outside, you might have been able to hear Dan Isonia, the home plate umpire, say outside. And if not, I did. Swing and a miss on the changeup Bob talked about.
Not only does he have a good changeup, but occasionally he'll throw it out of a quick pitch delivery. Barely comes to a set position, kind of jumps at the hitter, forcing you to speed up as a batter, and then he throws that straight changeup and gets you way out in front.
Kick, the 2-2 pitch. He struck him out on the chains, and we'll go to the ninth. Cubs do tie it up, an eventful inning. It's 4-4.
The Cubs slide into Milwaukee to open up a 3-game set against MVP wannabe Prince Fielder and the Brew Crew.
People everywhere are taking a stand and booking on choicehotels.com.
When I book a hotel online, it should be simple and easy.
We have the right to take the kids on a wonderful vacation.
As long as I save 20%.
I want to guarantee that my room rate is the lowest on the web.
The new vacation bedtime?
Don't push it.
Oh.
It's your voice, it's your choicehotels.com. Get the best internet rate guaranteed and save up to 20% every day. Book now at choicehotels.com.
My mother made the best toffee in the world.
It's delicious.
So now we've turned her toffee into a business. My goal was to take an idea and make it happen. I'm Janet Long, and I formed my toffee company through LegalZoom. I never really thought I would make money doing what I love.
We created LegalZoom to help people start their business and launch their dreams. Go to LegalZoom.com today and make your business dream a reality. At LegalZoom.com, we put the law on your side.
Even in the most uncertain times, there are some things we know for sure. There will still be weddings, still be babies, and still be bright futures. That's why New York Life has been helping families plan for the expected and unexpected for 166 years. Backed by the highest ratings for financial strength, we're safe and secure, so you can be too. Give your family the gift of a secure financial future. New York Life, the company you keep.
Tony Campana stays in to play left. After pinch running for Alfonso Soriano, and Carlos Marmol will try to preserve the tie and give his team a chance to win it in the bottom of the ninth. Got back into the ninth inning yesterday, and baby steps, right?
Yeah, a little better bite on that slider, a little better command.
Slider inside to Quintero. Altuve, the second baseman, and then Bourne for Houston here in the ninth. Like we said, baby steps. One away. There's a rookie Altuve. "21 years old. He's called up earlier this week after Jeff Keppinger was dealt to the Giants. He was leading the minors with a combined batting average of .389 at high A and double A. One hopper to Castro. Late. Altuve obviously can run. And he's aboard with one out.
Maybe just a little too deliberate right there by Starlin Castro, pounding the glove, or the ball into the glove rather. Took a little extra step before firing across the diamond. Altuve busting it down that line, able to leg it out.
Two more hits for Bourne today. Hitting streak at 9. There's Barmas on deck. He homered back in the first inning. Couple of night games later, the Braves are in Cincinnati. Brandon Beachy against the resurgent Dontrell Willis, and the Blue Jays are in Texas. Brett Cecil and Alexi Ogando in the heat of Arlington. There's Mark Melancon, the Astros closer. Have not yet seen him in this series. In on the hands, 2-1.
And we saw Altuve's speed getting down that first baseline. He stole 42 bags last year in A ball. Season before, between rookie ball and low A, stole 28.
This is trouble. It's fair. And Campana has got to find the ball. That's a double. I believe it'll be a double for Michael Bourne, as they had to scatter in the bullpen. Second and third, one out. It's a single and an error on Campana.
Well, that shouldn't happen down in that Cubs bullpen. That's your teammate coming over there to potentially make a play. You guys in the bullpen don't even move off their chairs as Tony kicks it further underneath the bench. Now it's an Easter egg hunt over there while runners are circling the bases. Got to help your own guys.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Well, you have now.
In your own bullpen, as you said. Infield in, Barmas. Ball one.
Yeah, you don't expect help from the visiting bullpen, but your own team, you expect guys to grab chairs and get out of the way so you could possibly make the play a little bit easier.
Two and 0. It looked like Barmas almost leaned into that slider that went astray. You know, a walk here wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. It would bring up their best hitter, Hunter Pence, but it would create a better situation on the infield. And he just missed hitting him that time. 3-0. How did it not hit him?
Backup sliders that just stay inside. It looked like he wanted to take that off the left hip, but it just missed him.
Now they will intentionally send him to first with ball 4. To add to that, the risk here is that Marmol's got to throw strikes with the bases loaded. He has been in the strike zone, at least up until he faced Barmas. The middle guys can move back and get into double play position. John Graybo's going to start throwing again as Pence waves at strike 1. For a strikeout here, that's what he's looking for. And he got him. That's the second out. I mean, really quick work of Hunter Pence.
Yeah, Pence aggressive in all circumstances, but especially with runners in scoring position in a tie game. Way out in front of that slider. The 3 best pitches we've seen Marmol throw recently.
Well, the Astros have not been good the entire weekend with runners in scoring position. They've had numerous opportunities for big innings. Here's the 0-1 to Carlos Lee. Up in the air. This should do it. Who's going to get it? Marlon Byrd on the move. They are 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position today. They leave the sacks loaded. 4-4.
CC, glad you made it. Ricky wins again.
Oh, what is this place?
Iowa. Only with maximum Pepsi taste and 0 calories.
Whoa.
I love it when he does that.
Pepsi Max, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball.
Sometimes our digestive system can get a little unfriendly. Only Phillips Colon Health has 3 strains of good bacteria to help balance your colon, support immune health, and help defend against digestive upsets naturally. Try Phillips Colon Health Probiotics Caps today.
The team is hitting the road, and Hotels.com makes it easy for you to join them on their upcoming road trip by offering over 20,000 last-minute deals every week. Hotels.com. Be smart. Book smart. The Chicago Cubs' upcoming game schedule on WGN America, brought to you by Hotels.com.
What's up, Smart?
Oh, just booked a summer vacay.
Ooh, sounds pricey.
Nah, with the Hotels.com summer sale, you can find awesome deals for places nearby.
Interesting. Wow, I'm blown away.
You look great.
Hotels.com summer sale. Save up to 30% and get a free Kindle. Hotels.com. Be smart, book smart.
4-4 in the bottom of the 9th. And you've got Castro, Ramirez, and Pena due up. Lopez in his second inning of work. He's trying to get this game into the 10th. Called strike as Castro showed bunt just to draw in the third baseman, Chris Johnson. I don't think he's going to lay one down here. Oh, 2.
I don't recall seeing Starlin Castro bunt for a base hit all season. But I like the tactic. If you know you're going to take that first pitch, why not go ahead and show bunt? Maybe you force those corner infielders to cheat in just a little bit. That improves your chances of smacking one past them.
You have a good memory. He has not picked up a bunt hit. He does have 3 in his career, and I don't even have to look it up. They were all last year. That's how good I am. Put a guy in his second year in the big leagues, and I'm able to do the math pretty easily. 1-2 pitch. They will check it first, and Dale Scott said he held. Lined into right center. And that's where you're helped a little bit by the second baseman being just 5'7" at best. A lot of second basemen catch that liner, but not Jose Altuve.
Not his fault he's short, but Starlin Castro picks on the right Astro infielder, lining that changeup just over the head of Altuve into right field for a leadoff base hit.
High for ball 1 to Aramis. Singled in the first, 0 for 3 since. Right down the middle on a fastball. 1-1. Cubs still looking for that first 3-game winning streak. A chance here to get it. Winning run on base with nobody out. And the best hitter at the plate. Line to Bourgeois. Right to him, in fact.
Yeah, just buzzard luck that time for Aramis Ramirez. Nothing more you can do. Get a good pitch, hit it hard. Unfortunately, hits it on a line right at the Astros left fielder in his tracks.
Pena's due. He's 0 for 4. He's going to see a lot of those in this at bat. Change-ups. It's like Graybo in the 10th if we get that far.
With a red-hot Marlon Byrd with 3 hits on the day in that on-deck circuit, he'd love to get Starlin Castro into scoring position somehow right here.
Wind blowing in, not very hard, but in out of the north or northeast.
Two changeups to start the sequence to jump ahead 0-2. Then a high fastball just to change the eye level. Pretty good chance that Lopez and Quintero are going to go right back to that changeup low and away. Well, looks like fastball away. Way away.
Castro has shown no inclination to run after reaching on a leadoff single. And a pitch fouled off. Castro's been really good when he has chosen to take off. He's 11 out of 13. Cubs playing it conservatively, though, in this spot. And Pena is a definite strikeout candidate.
And he's also a dead pull hitter, so by Castro holding at first base, it leaves a lot of room on that right side for Pena to hit through. Even if he's not going to run, you'd like to see Starlin Castro work for a maximum lead over there at first base.
Just missed. It's full 3-2. Now do you think about sending him, or are you still a little cautious?
I think you have to be very cautious. Pena has shown a propensity for swinging and missing. The last thing in the world you want to do with Bird in that on-deck circle is run into a strike him out, throw him out double play.
A little bit bigger lead, and they'll check on him just to make sure.
See, after taking that very short lead that he's been taking throughout this at bat, now all of a sudden he adds 2 steps to his leadoff. For me, that's a sure tip that he is going to be running.
And there he goes. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Out. We head to the 10th. Astros 4, Cubs 4.
Big night tonight, boys. I'll be the designated driver.
Boy, I'm glad we got Affleck, huh?
Affleck.
Oh, I've just got major medical.
Major medical.
But helps pay the doctors.
Pays the doctors, boy. Huh?
Oh, yeah? What about your family? We added Affleck, so we get cash. It's like our safety net. To help with the mortgage or whatever we need. So my family doesn't feel the pain, too.
Help protect your family at Affleck.com.
We're in the mood for amazing seafood tonight.
Pan-seared just for us. Anybody? You know, sizzling shrimp and scallops.
Perfectly seared tilapia, made to order. On an all-you-can-eat dinner buffet.
For around $10. Heads up.
Only Golden Corral would serve up endless made-to-order pan-seared seafood. It's incredible shrimp, tilapia, and scallops with your choice of amazing sauces. All on our endless dinner buffet, still for around $10.
$10? Bam!
Golden Corral. Help yourself to happiness.
Introducing the 2012 Kia Sorento. More features, more MPG, more fun.
Well, no logos. Kind of wonder if he's rooting for the Astros. As John Grabo takes over here in the 10th. Mike Quaddy will be asked about Kerry Wood after the game. He has not only not pitched today, he has not yet gotten loose in the bullpen. 1-2 quickly on Chris Johnson.
With Wallace out of the game, a lineup loaded with right-handed hitters as well for the Astros. It is a little surprising to see John Grabo rather than the right-hander Kerry Wood.
Up the middle, kicks off the mound. Barney. Safe. Johnson with an infield hit to start the 10th.
That ball hit the mound, slowed it down considerably, turned into a high hopper for Darwin Barney up the middle of the field.
I hope I'm wrong, partner, but there have been too many games this year where the Cubs have let the opponent just hang around a little too long.
Yeah, you're right. The question on that play was, did Pena's foot hang around on the bag long enough? The ball certainly beat Johnson to first base.
Pena will pick it up, and he better hurry. Out. Bourgeois just out at first. That'll go 3-4. So the go-ahead run is in scoring position.
You can't take the chance that that bunt was going to roll foul with the speedy Bourgeois getting down that baseline, very close as it was at first.
Jason Michaels will pinch hit for Lopez. Changeup is outside. Cubs are 5-3 in extras, including 4-0 here at Wrigley Field. Houston's 2-4 in extra innings. Another changeup that's outside and high. Quintero on deck.
And go ahead and walk him now. Quintero, a double play candidate, has bounced into 6 of them this year in just over 130 at bats. Jason Michaels, when you put him in good hitters counts, he can be very dangerous.
So here we go. 2 on for Quintero. Takes ball 1. Both teams have had a lot of chances today. Cubs have gone actually 4 for 10 with runners in scoring position. The Astros 0 for 7. Let's see if they can turn it here. The flip to Castro, the relay throw, dug out by Pena. Grabo popped up as he gets out of it. A 4-6-3 double play. It's 4-4 in the 10th.
CC, glad you made it. Ricky wins again.
Oh, what is this place?
Iowa. Only with maximum Pepsi taste and 0 calories.
Whoa.
I love it when he does that.
Pepsi Max, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball.
Adrian Monk.
I'm told you're germophobic, afraid of the dark, heights, crowds, and milk.
So that's the famous Adrian Monk?
What a time to be me.
He's kind of a head case.
Did you see that? It was a two-hander.
With a knack for solving the hard-to-crack cases.
Maybe we can solve it together, huh?
Yeah, sure, great. It's a nutty world.
Monk.
I dream of that.
Sunday.
It's the bomb.
On WGN America.
Tied at 4 as we head to the bottom of the 10th. A little bit of an awkward double play to try to turn right there. By the time Darwin Barney gets to that ball, he's behind the base at second, has to flip back toward the bag. Starlin Castro runs right into the toss perfectly. The jump throw to avoid the sliding runner, and a great pick at the other end by Carlos Pena. Nicely done.
So it'll be rookie right-hander David Carpenter making just his 7th big league appearance. Really small sample size here. 5 2/3 innings. He's allowed just 1 run to this point.
And up to this point, he's thrown a lot of fastballs. Once again, a 2-pitch pitcher. Fastball slider relies heavily on that mid-90s fastball.
He was dealing in the minor leagues before he came up. Recalled from AAA Oklahoma City on June 29th. Originally drafted as a catcher by the Cardinals in 2006. Swing and a miss on the slider. 3 years as a catcher before converting to the pitcher's mound in 2008. Houston got him from St. Louis for Pedro Feliz in August of last year. Two and one. These two guys have combined, Bird and Soto, for 6 hits and 3 runs. Fly ball out into right center. Pence going after it, looking for some help. He can't find it. That ball's going to roll to the wall. Bird coming around second, on his way to third with a triple. Hunter Pence never saw it here in the late afternoon sun.
Right there, Pence looked off the ball. That was the indicator that he had no idea where it was. Normally an outfielder would never take his eye off the ball that late. Michael Bourne shading Bird a little bit to the other way, and he just couldn't get there in time to help his right fielder. That one drops, and Marlon Byrd with a lead-off triple.
Everybody in as Giovanni Soto steps in. Here's a pitch. Knocked down by Quintero on a slider in the dirt. Doug Brocale, the pitching coach, will come on out. Thing to consider here on a tag play, anything not hit terribly deep to right. Hunter Pence has a very good arm.
Yeah, by far the best arm the Astros have in the outfield right now. The other two guys, average arms, but very accurate.
1-0 pitch, big swing, fouled it back, 1-1. Although any fly ball to right at this time of the day clearly is an issue with the sun. 1-1 pitch outside, 2-1. Chairman Tom Ricketts standing near the dugout. 2-2. Right down the middle on a fastball. One away.
And it almost appears at times that Giovanni Soto is guessing in some of those 2-strike situations. Saw a lot of breaking balls early in the count. Carpenter goes back to a fastball in the 2-strike count. Bottom of the zone, middle of the plate.
I wonder here, with 1 out, if they'll think about walking both Campana and Barney and loading the bases for a pinch hitter. And if you're going to walk Campana, you might as well walk Barney because he'll end up at second base.
And unless Mike Quade uses Coy Hill as the pinch hitter, it's going to be a right-handed bat. No lefties available off the bench at this point for the Cubs.
Now, even if they do load him up, Bob, the one thing we have noticed the Astros have done is they've brought their middle infielders in. So we'll see if he decides to play them at double play depth with the bases loaded. Here's ball 4 to Campana. And again, we assume he's going to walk Barney too. I don't know why you wouldn't. Can you tell me why they wouldn't?
No, I mean, it's a percentage move to go ahead and walk Darwin Barney as well.
Let's see what they do here. At this point, they're going to pitch to him. Jeff Baker on deck. And again, the infield's still in.
Yeah. We talked about it the other day. The Astros have done this repeatedly throughout the series. There's no chance to turn a double play up the middle of the field.
And Campana takes off for second, so now they'll probably walk him. No steal.
No, that's not right.
In a tie game in extras. Now they will walk Barney.
Well, ultimately they get around to doing what we expected them to do. It just was a very circuitous route to get to this. I'm not quite sure I understand exactly what the Astros were trying to accomplish there.
Yeah, the thing about it is, just based on the small sample sizes, actually Tony Campana has been a better strikeout candidate than Darwin Barney this year. So if you're going to walk Campana, you might as well walk both guys, and they eventually did. And here's Jeff Baker. He's been a lot better against lefties than righties, as we have documented it. Without a hit since the All-Star break, but he doesn't need a hit to give the Cubs the win. Outfielders all playing several steps in. Here's a pitch outside. And again, the middle infielders are playing in.
Like a fastball with a little bit of cut on that outside corner. Jeff Baker out in front.
Two and one. It's usually that swing pitch in it at bat, and this is how close it was. The tail toward the batter.
See it up. Now you can throw you something up in the zone. You can get in the air to the outfield.
Here's a pitch. Bouncer foul. 2-2.
I mean, that has to be your thinking as a hitter up until you get to 2 strikes in this particular situation. See the ball up. I don't want to swing at a pitch that's going to result in a ground ball. I want to get that ball in the air to the outfield if at all possible. But now with 2 strikes, Jeff Baker just has to battle as best he can.
Astros really can't turn 2. You see Altuve pulled way over. Nowhere near second base. They're going to have to go to the plate. Outside, 3-2. It is full with the bases loaded. Here we go. The pitch. And the Cubs win as Jeff Baker lines it into the left field corner. Bird scores, and here comes the big celebration as the Cubs win 5-4 in 10.
Baseball season's underway. Well, you better get ready for a brand new day. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? One more. The Cubs are gonna win today. They're singing, go Cubs, go. Go Cubs, go. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Cubs are gonna win today. Go Cubs, go. Go Cubs, go. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Cubs are gonna win today. They got the power, they got the speed to be the best in the National League. Well, this is the year and the Cubs are in. So come on down to Wrigley Field. We're singing now, go Cubs, go. Go Cubs, go. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. Go Cubs, go. Go Cubs, go. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. Baseball time is here again. You can catch it all on WGN.
So the Cubs have their first 3-game winning streak and first 3-game series sweep of the year. 5-4 the final in 10.
The wisdom, the intelligence, the brilliance. That is Barney.
Honka.
How I Met Your Mother. Tonight at 7:30 East, 4:30 West on WGN America.
God bless America.
The Cubs slide into Milwaukee to open up a 3-game set against MVP wannabe Prince Fielder and the Brew Crew.
We at Bud Light, like most advertisers, were going to run a 3D commercial this year. In fact, we made one, but it didn't test well. Here we go. Actually, it tested too well. We concluded that running this commercial would have been inappropriate, so we didn't. You're welcome, America.
It's the sure sign of a good time. The just right taste of Bud Light. Here we go.
This portion of baseball on WGN America is brought to you by Jack Link's. Feed your wild side.
Jack Link's Beef Jerky presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Check this out.
Jack Link's Jerky. Feed your wild side.
Chicago Cubs baseball brought to you by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Pepsi Max, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball, and your Chicago Cubs. 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste. And by the Illinois Lottery. Play the Wheel of Fortune instant game from the Illinois Lottery for a chance at $250,000. Your final totals now for the Chicago Cubs: 5 runs, 16 hits, 1 error, 12 left. That included 3 in the 10th after Baker won it. For the Houston Astros, 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors, 10 stranded. Winning pitcher John Grabo, he's 2-0. He worked a scoreless 10th. Rookie righty David Carpenter takes the loss. He is 0-1. 40,406 watched it. It took 3 hours and 28 minutes to complete. The Cubs now 5-0 in extras at Wrigley Field. Our Budweiser play of the game. How dramatic can you get? 3-2, bases loaded, tie game, ball game.
Ball game is right. Takes everybody on the roster to contribute to a win. This time it was Jeff Baker coming off the bench with the big pinch hit in extras.
Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. So the Cubs celebrating their first 3-game sweep of the season. We're back with you Tuesday night. Cubs are off tomorrow, and they'll start a long 3-city 10-game trip in Milwaukee. Ryan Dempster against left-hander Chris Narbison, Tuesday night at 7, right here on WGN Sports. Once again, the final today in 10. The Cubs 5, the Astros 4. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody.
The 8-passenger Pilot. With the smallest turning radius in its class and 87 cubic feet of cargo space, it's only big on the inside. The Pilot from Honda.
For great leases and low financing, go to shophonda.com or see your Honda dealer.
Another good thing about Geico is they've got, like, real live people working there 24/7. So, like, say you need to report a claim, right? A real person will be there to help you. Then you can use geico.com to view photos of the damage, track your claim, print an estimate. You want an English muffin? They literally hand you a toasted muffin with butter and jam. Whoa, it's tasty. That's a complete dramatisation, of course, but you get my point.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Cowhide Dry